and don't put them on.
Did you not find the paintings?
I couldn't find them anywhere. Yeah, those are pretty good.
Plus, you'll get to see the world the way I do. It should clear up a few things. Wait a minute, we'll go live with that. Oh, hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you we're live.
Hey.
So that means that the video people already got to catch the joke about you'll get to see it my way. Which also means you'll see why we hate doing things twice, because it's never
funny.
Never quite funny the second time. All right, everybody. School's in service.
Ding, 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 ding.
You make that sound like a friggin' boxing match. You know the difference between wrestling and boxing?
Kind of, sort of, but I don't want to say it too loud because we don't know who's listening.
Boxers are smart enough to stand up to fight.
Oh, I was going to say.
And number two, they can count to 10.
I was going to say because
the other guys are only like 3.
1, 2, 3. Well, sometimes they have to count to 10 if they're like out of the ring and everything.
Fingers and nose and toes. Sorry, I'm not going to sing that.
I was going to say because boxing's real and wrestling's fake.
Ooh, man.
No, I'm just
you
playing.
really hitting below the belt today. That
I'm
rule applies in both sports. So this morning, Stephanie's like needing some glasses. So I said, here, wear these. So she put my yellow lenses on. I said, look, now you get to see the world the way I do. Maybe it'll clear some things up for you.
I thought the medicine did that.
Well, depends on what medicine you were taking, of course.
What is it? Valtrex?
Or smoking. I've never seen anybody try to smoke BC powder. She looks at me, she says, well, this works on them other pills we crushed and smoked. I'm like, but this is already a powder. You're just supposed to put it on your tongue. Oh, well, we kept snorting it. That explains a few things. And the other thing was she kept trying to light it and it wouldn't light. And I'm like, Stephanie, that's not powder in rolling paper. That's a BC powder. That's wax paper. It doesn't burn. Well, I wondered. I thought it was a big sheet of acid. I put it on my tongue. It never dissolved.
No, it just made it tingle. But you are supposed to put those under your tongue instead of on your tongue.
What?
The BC powders, the goodies.
I thought you were talking about acid. I was like, I don't know.
Acid. Although I've never done it.
I love the fact that you were fixing to clarify how you do acid.
Yeah,
if you guys could have seen an up close shot of her face, she was like fixing to tell you exactly how you're supposed to do acid. And she stopped and went, but I've never done it. I really haven't done drugs because I've done whatever the doctors told me to take, but I'm effed up enough.
Mm-hmm.
I've told my daughter the same thing that I've told everybody I've ever been around when I was a teenager. Honey, don't waste your money. Because all these idiots are trying to feel like we do naturally. We don't need it. They're trying to catch up with us.
Yeah. That's like the Adderall. My daughter used to have to be on Adderall because
which one?
Sarah. She's ADHD. And then I heard people taking, and which when she took it, it slowed her down, got her able to
focus. And yes, I got you. I know what the pill's for.
And there was all these people. She would tell me that some of her friends were coming up to her and asking her if they could buy some Adderall from her. And I'm like, why are they wanting to buy Adderall from you? And she said that they were telling her that it makes them feel like they're on speed.
Yes. A lot of these college kids are like taking it to stay awake and cram for tests and stuff.
Tests, yeah, and that's just crazy. I didn't know it would do that.
Well, I think something else is absolutely ridiculous. It's picking up a horse turd or a cow turd and then taking this mushroom and putting it in your mouth.
Ew.
You might as well just lick the turd. I mean, just saying. I bet if you was to eat a turd, it'd probably do something to you too.
My next door neighbor, or my old next door neighbor, he used to do that all the time. And he was talking to me and Travis one night, and he said, and of course, he was 3 sheets into the wind. He said, you got to go as the sunlight's coming up, or the sun's coming up, and when the light hits that mushroom and it's on top of that patty, it just glistens, and you know that that's the one you've got to go get. And I was
apparently he was already on mushrooms while he's telling this story. Here's my thing. They in school, all these teenage kids are doing these stupid things like choking each other and cutting oxygen off to your brain to get a high. I personally think these dum-dums, these, not the kids, but the adults that do all these dope things, I can tell you what to give you a high, a lack of oxygen, a high. I think you should run up behind an 1,800-pound bull and toss his salad. I got a feeling it's just a feeling that between what's going to get on your tongue and the hoof in your gut, I got a feeling that you will have your loss of oxygen and will get that high as you land somewhere. I got a feeling. Actually, you would be the one that would have the feeling.
Now you have that song in my head.
I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Oh, I thought maybe Walking on Sunshine. I didn't know. I just don't get it. And the problem is with all these cats doing meth. I mean, these people are like making it with rat poison.
That's what I was just fixing to say.
I got a whole box of it. You want it? Come on over here and get it.
And do you see them? The holes that they get in their face, they lose all their teeth. I mean, it's just, it's pitiful.
Well, if you just want to lose your teeth, you can go tongue kiss that 1,800-pound bull. I'm sure he can help you put holes in your face, in your gut, in your ace. I'm pretty sure that if you go tongue kiss that bull, he can help you out of any problems that you think you have. That bull can help you with.
And not that my brother does it, but my brother is a.
Are we talking about goats or something? What?
No.
I love how you start this. Like you go to tell the story and you want to defend somebody first.
Well,
go ahead. I
don't want people thinking that I'm telling what my brother does, but he's an internet guru. He loves to be on the internet and research stuff.
Right.
And he was telling about a new way that people are making meth is getting, well, this was a couple of years ago, is getting screen from like the window screen.
Mm-hmm.
And they spray it with Raid and the
other bug killers.
Bug killers like that. And yeah, then they let it like crystallize or something on the screen, and then they smoke it right off the screen. They're just ridiculous.
Jesus Christ, we're going to have somebody sniffing Black Flag.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What is wrong with these people? Now, I know back in my day when I worked at Drug Emporium, I was like 19 at the time. And I was watching all these cats walk by with their red aprons, I guess you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go up your neck. It only went around your waist and down to about your knee is where your price gun and all that's was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And these fools would spray their crotch area of the apron with Scotch Guard. And then every time they would be on an aisle where they're sitting on like a stool and price and stuff, they could lean over and huff by putting that over their mouth and sucking in the Scotch Guard.
Well, another thing that people used to do is they would in a 2-liter bottle, let it sit in the sun.
I'd like to see where he put that 2-liter bottle to get it to go in there.
Me too.
I'm
But
just saying.
they'd let it sit in the sun for a day, and then they would huff the methane gas off of it.
Yeah, because that's what I have. Nothing better to do than suck a porta-john.
Exactly. It was
I don't get it.
disgusting.
Well, I knew a guy back in my day. He was a couple of grades above us. And he was sucking Freon all the time. They called him in the school gym sucking Freon. He was always huffing Freon. And he eventually did it so much that either the addiction or the amount that he did over a course of time, but the last day he did it, he was in the Home Depot parking lot across from the jail. Well, at the time it was Home Depot, and at the time the jail wasn't there in DeKalb County on Memorial Drive. But he was sitting in the back of a Chevelle, and all of his buddies were in the front, and this dude sucked so much Freon that he froze his lungs and stopped his heart, and there they were. The rear end of this Chevelle backed up to this big dirt hill that went from Memorial down into the parking lot, and there they are when the boy died. I don't get it.
Me neither.
Let's make a sport out of trying to catch flies with chopstick and lick their butts, because you're bound to get some kind of weird feeling out of it. I don't get it. Smoke a chopstick.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone?
Pretty good. You been smoking some chopsticks?
No, but
You've been smoking some Chinese girls, but I think it's like over a barbecue pit. You've been murdering them or something.
I have to say this. That,
You walked in on this, didn't you?
I was listening on the way in. I apologize for being a little late.
No, it's okay.
One, we're talking about tossing bull salad,
Mm.
glistening mushrooms.
You won't find a grape if you're tossing a bull salad.
And just so everybody understands, all mushrooms grow in poop.
No, that's not true.
Really?
That's not true.
Well, it
You don't
depends on
see
what
'em-
kind of mushrooms, maybe.
Well, you don't see them out in the yard all over.
She's a mushroom guru, dude. You do not
No,
know.
I'm-
She was
She wa-
extremely knowledgeable about acid.
If we would give her an Indian
No,
name,
not-
she would be one walks with shrooms. You see my point?
Glistens with shroom.
I can't help it. She's the type. She lives in one because she's a Smurf. I don't know.
I'm
Steph, how do you
Oompa
plan on hollowing that mushroom out to live in? Well, I'm going to eat my way out. Well, actually, I'm going to eat my way in. Actually, I'm shutting up right now.
That poor bull.
So next time I go somewhere, I'm like, I want the chicken Caesar salad. He wants the bull salad.
It's okay. I'm on
Hold the
acid.
tail.
Oh, gross. Oh,
Come on, that was good. You know that was good.
sniff some methane.
That was a good one. Because if you visualize it correctly, somebody has to hold the tail. Steph, are you just getting that? I paint this image in her mind. Her mouth just got this weird look on her face. Somebody has to hold the tail.
No, that just
If not,
reminded me of
A cow's tail does nothing but swat flies. What do you
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
do to you the whole time? Can you imagine somebody high trying to do that and the tail keeps smacking them in the face? Hey, man, would you stop? I'm trying to toss your salad. And the tail keeps smacking them.
No, that just
I'm imagining
made me-
like a Jim Carrey. Hey, man, would you stop? Tony, hold his tail.
Well,
That
this
just
conversation
reminded
went
me
bad.
of my poor horse.
I found a watch.
God.
It's not a Rolex.
Mm.
And some fake Oakleys.
Some photos.
Woo! This is how you start your Tuesday.
That's right.
We're making up for not being on yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I
Steph, you got a finger over your mouth. Are you holding your mouth because you're thinking about salad, or are you holding your mouth because you're
Oh.
trying not to puke?
that'd be cool.
Speaking of
Try
puke,
not to puke.
speaking of puke, there's a girl over the pond that Jacob's trying to get us to do a phone interview with. The problem is she F-bombs worse than me, so we're going to have to be very careful.
Yeah.
But she does this thing called a food challenge.
Yes.
She will put anything in her mouth.
Yeah.
I watched her take a can of condensed milk and take a big soup spoon and eat the whole can. Her and this dude are trying it.
Mhm.
And then I watched him do this other one with this nasty, stinky cheese. And yeah, it's yucky.
There's
I can share the video, but I just need you to know that the
We don't
word,
condone
the,
it.
the F word gets used as much as hello.
Yeah. You ever seen that guy with kind of the greasy hair? He's always on the Tosh Point oh shows.
The point, what?
No, he does look like that guy though, Jeremy. But he would eat whatever Tosh told him to eat. He ate 6. Now I've never seen a chicken in a can, but he ate 6.
I've seen you
chickens.
in the bathroom. I've seen a chicken in the can.
Why did you see me in the bathroom?
Never mind. It was funny. In the chicken. In the
You
can.
weren't holding my tail.
Never
were
mind.
you?
I wasn't holding your tail.
But it's a big, like number 10 can or a little bit smaller, maybe. It's got a whole chicken in there in that gel.
Ugh.
And this kid eats like 6 of them.
Ugh. I hope nobody's eating on the way to work this morning or drinking some coffee or a salad or sucking on a mushroom or a lollipop. Because right now, if you ran a lollipop across your tongue, you would be gagging. So what else we got over here, yo?
I was trying to read this as y'all were continually grossing me out. But old Nelly got arrested in Tennessee. And guess what for?
I read it. I'm
Yeah, I did too.
I'm kind of blown away because somebody actually, and I know we're tell the story and then let's go to the points of view.
Well, Nelly was arrested on felony possession of drugs, simple possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. So they found methamphetamine, small amounts of methamphetamine, small amounts of marijuana, and other drug paraphernalia. Further investigation revealed approximately 100 small Ziploc bags that are commonly associated with the sale of narcotics, and numerous handguns, including a gold-plated 50 caliber Desert
Eagle.
caliber Desert Eagle pistol, a 45 caliber Taurus pistol. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Taurus.
Taurus is a good company. It's
Okay.
not best, but it's still a good company. Go ahead.
And a 500 Magnum Smith & Wesson.
That's a big boy
I
gun.
thought
I've
if
never
you
heard of
found
that.
a rapper finding 500 magnums would just sound like a party.
Sounds
yeah,
Sounds like bulk.
See, you just got that joke, didn't
Here,
you?
this is a dumb question. I guess since we're going to get on the point of view here is why would a rapper be distributing? I mean,
No, it's not. But the fact that if you have the problem in states, different states, is if you have over a certain amount,
yeah,
they want to charge you with distribution.
sure.
But the other problem is if they find you with that amount that's a legal distribution amount
Uh-huh.
and they catch you with firearms, it's like It's like
Well,
Wheel-
yeah.
it's like Wheel of Fortune landing on the gold, you know. You don't do that.
Didn't you say that they had little baggies or drug
Yes, and if they got
Yes.
baggies with
Yeah, why?
but if you got baggies and you got
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
amount
got that.
and you got firearms, you're really making yourself look like
I
you're a
know,
dope
but why
dealer.
would these guys be dealing
I don't know.
drugs? I mean,
Well, they may not be dealing drugs. What they may be doing is they may have bought a 10-pounder or 1-pounder, whatever the amount was,
just
and,
breaking it up.
and they were breaking it up between them and their homies.
Mhm.
But here's the problem. You don't ever pull Willie Nelson's bus over, and you know that Willie riding through Tennessee, come on.
You know
That's-
he's got marijuana on him.
Wait.
Hell, he might as well have a pot leaf on the side of the bus.
Yeah, Willie driving through Tennessee is like Obama driving through Atlanta.
I
Man.
know. They're not going to bust him.
They got a freaking escort.
And I bet you some of these metal bands are maybe riding around with a little pot. I mean, you know,
Well, you know, Kelly.
the problem is what did they do to get pulled over? Where
Yeah.
was the probable cause for pulling them over and searching the bus? I mean, I know the report says that they opened the door and the smell of pot came out. They need to invent some potpourri pot. That's what they need to do.
Well, right
Yeah.
here it says for failure to display a U.S. Department of Transportation and
Yeah.
International Fuel Tax Association sticker.
They're tax
on the
stickers,
vehicle.
their fuel sticker.
So they didn't have DOT stickers and
The
Yeah,
problem
tax.
is if it was, but the problem is if it's his bus, If it's a private bus, you don't have to have all that.
That's true.
So if it's a rental bus, then it has to have all that. But if that's his bus, he don't have to have all that. It's just like my bus. My bus has not for hire.
Not for hire. Which is not true.
And for
Yes, it is.
well, it's not a limo.
no, I know.
That's-
But I'm saying just
Right,
for the
right.
just for fun radio.
But the other
Is
thing
right.
is like technically I didn't have the not for hire on there, and I already had my logos on. And somebody says, "Dude, if you don't get not for hire on
Mhm.
there, they could bust you
Yep.
because you don't have any DOT stuff and you don't have not for hire, and that's supposed to be a private coach." And I went, the fact that it's mine, stop me. It's an RV.
yeah.
It's not a bus. It's an RV.
Yeah, it's
And
got beds in it. It doesn't
The
have
second,
seats in
the
it.
second they would have ran the tag, but I put not faux hire just to be a smart aleck because so many people have asked me about it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I
that's
would,
what we get asked a lot about. Can we rent the bus? No.
I try to send them to a person. There's a new guy, by the way. There's a new guy that I'll be sending bus stuff to, most likely.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I found out about him the other day. He's a really cool guy.
The whole the stripper pole and drive around Atlanta thing.
Yes.
I remember when that was first starting because I was working in clubs and everybody was, oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Oh, it started working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it works. You
So-
gotta work. Okay, sorry. Jacob's song came back in my brain for a second.
Yeah, Jacob's blowing me up over here, Woody. You want me to hold your tail?
Ah, I had to play him some.
Well,
Roller.
he says right here, Nelly will get a slap on the wrist. He'd get 25 years or 25 laps, whichever is funnier.
You don't know that necessarily because, I mean, a lot of people said that about Michael Vick, and look.
Now that we need to look up the Suge Knight thing too, because now there's some stuff that's being said, where the guy that he hit that lived or survived or however you want to word it says that he's not going to narc. He's not gonna snitch on so and so and try to put Suge Knight in prison. Well, there's a catch to this. If somebody sent you to do that to Suge Knight, are you saying you're not going to snitch on that guy? Or are you not going to snitch on Suge Knight? Because either one of those will get you killed.
Well, I don't, the district attorney would have it as attempted murder. I mean, or vehicular manslaughter.
Well, what they're saying is they're trying to, I'm actually going to try to find the story, but the way they were implying this is that the guy that was hit is not snitching. And that's where I said I wanted to try to find it and see what's going on because when I saw the picture, I'm like, yeah, let's not get hemmed up in the middle of that.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, because look, we already know Suge Knight may not be the one to do it, but somebody's going to do it. And plus, if you are that kind of hood rat living where they live or he lives or whoever you want to call the dude who survived, the problem is, if you get known as a rat, you might not make it through the weekend. So there it says, Suge Knight. It says hit and run victim cries on the stand, I ain't snitching. So we're gonna read on that and see what's going on with that. We need to shoot off to a commercial. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got any stories?
Yeah, I'll have to pull it back up. But Justin Bieber was
Debib.
Yes, he tried to go see his buddy Drake in a concert over the weekend. I believe it was Sunday night, and he got escorted out by security.
Now
but
that's
it's
funny.
the way he got escorted out.
I
by
hope they
security.
pulled that poor boy's pants up. And before we go to commercial, I'm gonna stop this for a second. I don't want my timer to go out. I want to play something real quick, and then we'll go to a break. But it's three little girls that I shared it on the page a little while ago. It's three little girls. I'm guessing because I did not read the story because I haven't had time. It's three little girls, and we're seeing here that one is 14, which is the lead guitarist, the bass player, and or the drummer. One's 12 and one's 9. So to me, the bass player looks like the 9-year-old, but they're playing Enter Sandman by Metallica. So I'm going to let you hear the beginning of it for a second, and then I'll shoot a little further. But these are little girls.
Isn't that crazy?
I'll advance it in a second to the main guitar solo. But is that not neat
It's right on it.
to know these
Yeah,
are little girls?
Yeah, my friend.
Watch this now. I'm going to advance it a second. Here we go. Watch this. Here's the solo. A 14-year-old girl. Is that not incredible? So anyways,
That's pretty awesome.
9, 12, and 14, man. Good Lord.
Man, can
Is
you
that not crazy?
imagine their parents when they're practicing in the garage? They're like, "Oh man, this sounds great."
Why can't they play with Barbie dolls? And can you imagine when the first boy tries to date the 14-year-old girl?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, because all your buddies are going to be like, so you're going to try to date the girl that can jam better than anybody else we know? All right, so let's take off to a commercial. I actually have some cool sponsors coming up, and the real Enter Sandman. We'll be right back.
Did you happen to get a amount of what was raised on Sunday?
Yeah, 7,000 something.
Wow.
Cool. So we can go. We can.
Yeah, we can talk about that. And then we got to go to that city hall meeting Monday night at 5:30 about the crazy dude.
Okay.
But we can't talk about it on the radio.
Can't talk. Can't talk
Even though
about.
I just said it on the mic.
Can't talk about the meeting, or can't talk
Yeah, don't want
about.
to talk about it in the meeting.
Okay. But can we talk about the man? Sunday.
Sure. Why not?
Because I thought two
Y'all have a wacko?
Yeah.
was gonna get a hold of him.
Well, the problem is I talked to some police yesterday about him. So watch what happens.
Especially since he
Just wait.
called you out.
Do.
I still can't find that story. Oh,
What?
there was a request for you to redo the Roxanne song.
No, I was doing some video.
What?
You know, like you did with Trainwreck,
Yeah. Roxanne.
and to redo it redneck
Oh.
because Freddie misses that song because he absolutely loved that song and he misses that. I said, well, how's he gonna do it with redneck? And Travis starts saying, well, he could say redneck. Why you gotta play in the mud tonight or something like that? I was like, okay. And that was on WSB TV this morning that you saw. I can't find it, but I'm still looking.
Talking about all those teachers.
Oh, here it is. We'll play.
Oh, I don't know if they're listening yet, because they're an hour behind us.
Just tell me when.
Okay.
Hear about what?
The teachers in Atlanta here.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too.
Holy smokes, man. And there's some of them that aren't going to take that deal.
Or aren't.
Aren't.
Oh, I know. Let's talk
Almost
about
all
it.
of them. Crazy. I didn't get to do. Today's Zaylee's birthday.
And action. So, anywho's,
We're back.
Dun dun dun.
so Mike just brought up something I did want to get to. So, let's hear it, man. What are you saying? And because a lot of people aren't keeping up with the news a lot lately.
Gosh, if you live in Atlanta or pretty much Southeast, if you couldn't, you got to be hearing something about this. All the teachers that are being charged with federal racketeering. And that's because, they're blaming it on one person and she made them, she told everybody to do it. But these folks got together.
Well,
and had,
for people,
parties,
hold on, but for people like Jacob and people upstate and, different places of the world, explain exactly what it is that's happened from the past part. What happened and where are we at now?
Well, it started out, obviously, the state of Georgia has, I'll just refer to it as centralized or Common Core testing, to make sure children can move
And
on.
I
at the same
actually
pace.
knew what the damn name of the test was.
They had
but I forgot.
CRCT.
Yes,
but
yes.
It's changed now, but it's basically standardized testing.
Standardized test.
Mhm.
Well, the teachers, there was a push because Atlanta wasn't doing so good. We were in the bottom, 5 of the country.
Right.
So what they did was they came up with incentives for teachers. And
See, I didn't know there was an incentive
Oh,
part.
yeah.
I thought
Yes.
this was, but I thought this was based on your school was looking bad and they were going to shut the school down.
no,
And they were trying to do this to make the school look better.
no,
Because I knew a couple of years ago something like that had been talked about. Okay, so
No,
I'm
there was an
totally wrong
incentive.
then.
Yeah, see, if a teacher, let's say her classroom only 50% passed, okay, well,
Right.
that's bad.
Mhm.
If 75% passed, that's okay.
So she's getting a bonus check.
yeah, there were some other kickbacks too, apparently.
Yeah.
So no wonder I'm realizing now why the judge wants them put in jail because, hello, you just took money. That's
Right.
illegal.
Now,
Falsifying documents as well.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and it's all thanks to that No Child Left Behind Act that was
Yeah.
put in place.
Right.
That's
That's
what
pretty
started it all.
well, I got to tell you this is that the woman that was pretty much in charge of all this, and I'm not going to go into names and whatnot, but she passed away. She
Yes.
had breast cancer. So they kind of admitted her from the trial, and then she passed just a couple months ago. But everybody else is pointing fingers and
To
saying,
her.
"Yeah,
At
they're
her.
saying they're pointing at her."
Don't
or
blame the person that can't defend themselves.
right, well,
Right.
yeah, and they're saying their supervisor told them if they didn't do it, they didn't have a job. Which I think if you take into consideration the ability to whistleblow on anything now, I mean,
If
That's
you-
kinda lame.
Yeah, if you believed something wrong was happening,
Yeah.
you didn't have to do it.
Right.
well, that purged.
And
all
you're
the
a
way
teacher.
over.
Aren't you supposed to be teaching that?
Yeah, and that purged all the way over to the military. If you thought an order was, you were to you didn't have to follow it. You could raise your hand and say no, whatever. But so
Ooh, 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 ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, ooh, ooh.
I don't want to kill.
I don't want to
bad
kill him.
guys. Yeah.
I want to kill him. I want to kill him. Oh my God.
So now the trial's gone. They've all been found guilty. Now the deal is that the prosecutor has basically said, if you will admit that you did wrong to federal racketeering charges, you will get. I think the worst one is,
And it's federal. That's
This-
the
yeah,
catch. It's
that's-
federal, dumbass. Oh,
Mhm.
you know what I mean. Dumbass.
So here's the worst one would be like 4 years, but you only have to go to jail on the weekends.
I've got it pulled up.
And they're
Yeah.
too stupid to say yes.
And that's the worst one.
But we already knew you did it.
Some of them are like 6 months, weekends in jail.
We
That's it.
already know you did it.
yeah, one of them.
I don't believe. I think they should be caned. Take them out there. Take that bamboo, slice it into 6 pieces, hold it back together with some rubber bands, and cane them publicly in front of the school kids.
I
Did
thought
they
you meant-
help cheated?
I thought you meant watch that movie Kane like
No,
over and over.
I'm
and over.
talking. Okay, put the movie in front of it and then beat them with the cane.
Yeah, one of the offers is, and this is for 3 of them. 4 of them is 1 year in jail, a $10,000 fine, 5 years of probation and community service,
$10,000 fine. He'll pay it like a car payment.
acceptance of responsibility, a waiver of appeal, and an apology. And then another one is,
What are we teaching the kids if they get away with this?
6 months of weekends in jail,
Isn't
a
that cool?
$5,000 fine, 5 years of probation, and
I bet if I
community
did a felony that I wouldn't get to choose what weekends. DJ Scotty is busy from April until November, but I could come the 3rd weekend of January of next year.
Be like custody. Okay, you got to come to
It's
jail
your
every other
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
And another one
Can't come this weekend. I'm with Mike.
Another one is 1 year of home confinement.
Oh, that would suck.
Oh,
which-
yeah. That should be home confinement with no television.
Well, in which
I'm taking away your PlayStation.
No internet.
they would have freedom of movement during the day, a $1,000 fine, 5 years of probation, and community service in exchange for acceptance of
Let me catch this call.
responsibility.
It's the second one. What a jackass. Just for fun.
I think we're muted.
Just for
Hello?
fun. Just for fun.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
여보세요. konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
So let's hear it. What's up?
Man, there's a lot of static on your phone.
No, it's your phone because we can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can hear you just super.
Sounds like I'm talking in a fishbowl.
Well,
Maybe you are.
I don't know, sir. I'm hearing you just fine, and you sound better than you ever do.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Shall you hang up and call back, maybe? Because you sound great.
Yeah. I will call back if you wish. Or
Okay.
You can call me.
Okay, I'll dial you right back.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah, if you say hang up and call back, don't answer.
That's what I was thinking. I was fixing to say, well, let's let him sit there about 15 minutes before we try to call him.
Oh boy. Did it happen to say Redneck Steph? Did it happen to say the terms of their probation?
It's stupid.
I mean, do they still get to teach? I mean, gosh.
It
Yes,
never,
Steph,
it doesn't
Steph,
sound any
Steph.
of it.
From a caller or a listener. 3 or 4. Did Steph even attend school?
Yeah, but I went to Shamrock in Decatur, you know.
Which is, they didn't know if their mascot was a 3-leaf clover or a 4-leaf clover.
No, actually,
Wasn't part of this
if
cheating,
it
was
a shamrock or a dragon.
Hey, I need to find out about that order. I needed some slung pepperoni with dripping cheese.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, plenty of that.
Extra large.
Oh.
Oh, definitely extra large.
Thin crust.
Sorry.
No, we'll take thick.
Yeah, that thick crust is
I'm
the
sure you will.
bomb.
Okay,
Yeah,
Stella.
that is-
Have y'all tried one of those with the bacon around the crust?
No.
Oh,
No, we were gonna try that
Fat.
Sunday, but
fat guy delight.
Crystal
what's
said
going on,
she-
sir?
She didn't know if we'd like it.
just chilling. Kind of bad timing with my wedding.
Well-
Got back first day of work yesterday, and then I got to come to work on my birthday today. Kinda
Yeah, I
sucks.
was fixing to ask you about that. Because I was like, didn't you come? Okay. So, how'd everything go in Las Vegas? I'm assuming by you being here that there was no jail time on you.
They let me out on good behavior.
You?
Yeah, they must have the wrong guy.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
They fingered him for a crime he
It was
didn't commit.
It was a Jeff impersonator.
Yeah. right, right next to the Michael Jackson look-alike.
What a lousy job that is.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't even post half the pictures because they weren't.
PG-13.
You got it. Well, that was Bree's mom being friends on Facebook with me, and her. Some of them we kind of had to hold back on posting.
Yeah.
We had a good time though.
Hmm.
I mean, especially at the Wax Museum when we were planning on going there. It's like we've got to wear our shirts.
Yes.
We got to get some photos.
He's got a picture of a wax museum Samuel L. Jackson, and he's looking at Jeff, but he's looking at the Just for Fun shirt.
Cool.
It was
Yeah, we
cool.
got,
Got one of standing there with Britney Spears with my hand halfway up her dress.
Oh my God! Hey,
Really?
we did that before at Gwinnett Mall. It was they had a pregnant mannequin.
Cool.
So I got a picture of Jeff trying to help her deliver the baby.
They didn't have a Taylor Swift, did they?
No.
Mm.
Yeah, we looked up and there's Snoop Dogg standing there. It's like, oh hell, this is gonna be funny.
Right.
Dog grabbed the cigarette, broke it, and rolled it up like a joint. Stood, got a picture beside him.
I was fixing to ask you if you did that. That would be hilarious.
Oh man, there's like 15 or 20 other people in the room when I did it. And I walked over, stood beside them with it hanging out of my mouth. And they were dying laughing.
Yes,
And I had people in the room who were taking pictures of me standing there with them with the joint hanging out of my mouth.
that is hilarious. Even though it's not a
Yeah,
joint.
No, even though it wasn't.
I'm just making sure that nobody caught the tail end of that conversation.
Really.
Like somebody turns on the radio and they're talking about Jeff hanging a joint out of Snoop Dogg's mouth. I'm like, yeah, make sure you heard that part and nothing else.
Exactly. It was good times though. We had a blast.
It wasn't a real Snoop Dogg. It's possible it was a real joint, but it wasn't real Snoop Dogg. I'm just joking. I'm making sure everybody's on the page. Again, you always think about the guy who turns on the radio or turns the app on, however you want to word it. He turns this on in like the weirdest part and
Oh, yeah.
only hears
Yeah.
one part. And he's like, what the hell did they just say?
Yeah. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
morning.
that's when you go back to YouTube and rewatch it.
Yeah.
We had a good time. I mean, we're planning on going back next year. You'd have a blast. I mean, it was just, we stayed at the Harris.
That's cute.
So when we got off the elevator, we're sitting right in the casino.
It's amazing how they do that, huh?
It was, I mean, these places are phenomenal. Went through the Mirage, which was, that hotel
What the
is
heck was that?
just unbelievably huge and nice. We had a blast though. We ended up,
How much money did you lose?
we actually came out ahead. We're not sure how much.
How much
we
money
took-
did you spend? Let's word it that way.
Well, we took $500 in cash for gambling. Came back with $470, but we bought a lot of souvenirs, a lot of drinks, and then some more drinks with the cash. I mean, we spent quite a bit, but most of what we spent, we won off the games. Bree hit a $400 pot on one. We played
$400 pot?
400 pounds. I didn't say 400 pounds of pot stuff.
Dang.
She starts trying to talk like Cheech and Chong over here for a
She's-
second, and the only thing that came out of her mouth is like a Chinese woman.
She'll salivate.
It was supposed to be.
Hey, you want to get
Yeah, it really was.
No, we
Drooling.
figured. I mean, we actually probably won somewhere in the neighborhoods of 800 to 900, and turned around, put some of it back in the machine, bought drinks, bought some more drinks, then got some souvenirs and bought some more drinks.
I was fixing to ask that. It's like, so how many drinks did you get?
Oh,
Well, they had
why
these,
didn't you tell me he was coming?
Why
today?
did I need to? What?
It's Tuesday.
What? I got to warn you or something? Oh my God, Oz is here.
No, I just all of a sudden hear the door opening, and I'm like, okay. And
one bar.
I wasn't
Hey,
expecting that.
we got a phone call,
Sorry.
Steph.
I can barely hear him.
They had this one bar called Zebras, I think it was. And it's like a frozen drink bar. And they had all these souvenirs. And they had this big old stiletto heel that it was probably a 30 or 40 ounce cup. And Tuesday, I think I had 2 or 3 of those, rum and Coke. And my rum and Cokes usually are about half and half.
Yeah, I drink half and half too, but not that.
It was cool up until a point, and then it felt like someone hit me in the back of the head with a baseball bat, and I just
That would have been your new wife.
don't remember much of Tuesday.
So does your new wife have a left or right hand swing?
He doesn't
She
remember.
she wasn't too happy. We ended up catching the monorail from our hotel down to the Luxor Hotel. We went down to see Chris Angel.
Oh, cool. The
And-
magician.
it was okay. It was more of a theatrical thing than it was actually illusions.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
the illusion was you were going to see some magic.
There
That's
you go.
There's
That was good.
the illusion is
That
that
was
you're
good.
in
And
Vegas,
it was. I
and
don't
it's
think
not
he
going to
did.
cost you a lot.
I mean, he has done some amazing illusions.
That walking on water is the
And-
cheesiest crap I've ever
Hey,
seen.
easy. No, that and which one? You know, he came up with a little magic kit for
Right.
kids, and that
Mhm.
thing is, I mean, for little kids to get into
Well,
prestidigitation.
I mean, the only thing he's done that truly makes me say, how did he do it? Is they did this thing on his TV show where they go to this warehouse and he walks inside this glass. It's a metal door with a glass window.
Mhm.
And then he stands behind, it's a block wall with like a 4x6 glass window. And you see him pounding on the window. They cover it up with brown cardboard type paper, like an old bag.
Butcher block, yeah, butcher block. Paper.
And he just jumps out of it. So it's like
Hmm.
either they quickly was able to pull the glass out, him jump through the paper and put the glass back up. But how he did it that's the only one he's ever done that made me say, oh my God, is that even possible?
Mine is when he swallows
Yes.
something and then pulls it out of his skin.
Yeah.
That how does he do that?
You see the one where he's in front of the concrete wall, and it's concrete. It's
Yeah.
the cinder blocks, and they run a car into him.
Yeah.
And it crashes through. It just goes through the other side, and they run up. They can't
Right.
find him. They open up the car, and he's driving.
Yes.
Shit.
So some of that, but you got to wonder, is there trick stuff with photo, or is it really happening real time with what we're watching? That's the
Yeah.
only
Well,
question.
I don't believe.
that's like one of his that he started out the show with. Took this chest, put a piece of paper in it, had it hauled up above the stage, and sitting there doing his show. And then he grabs all these cards and starts balling them up. He goes, "Well, I've got 3 cards here that's got my logo on them. So I'm just going to throw all these randomly out into the audience." So he balls up all this paper, puts in this like hat or box or whatever he was holding, starts just randomly throwing it out into the audience. And he says, so the 3 people that got the card with my logo, if y'all could stand up. So 3 different people stand up, and he asks them questions. And they get the answer like, what's your favorite number? The girl goes 2, and then what's your name? Gives him his name, John, and asks the other question to the third person. And he goes, all right, well, I'll put a piece of paper in this chest at the beginning of the show. They drop the chest down, he opens it up, and this big old piece of paper has all those answers written across it. And I'm like, seriously, you really think that's magic, dude? You pre-selected these people
From the crowd. Yes.
from the crowd before they
Yeah.
got
And that's been talked about so many
Told all the
times before.
answers, told them the answers. You wrote it down and put it in the chest. So when you threw out those random cards, not one of them had your logo on it. Those logos are still sitting in that box.
Right.
And these 3 people were pre-selected to stand up. I mean, that's not really. It was easy to figure out.
That's
Someone
right.
would be that
And
really
you know,
easy to figure
and
out.
they're hoping that you're going to be drunk because you're in
Mhm.
Vegas.
Heck
know,
yeah. You know,
How
I've never
did I
been.
get here? There's your illusion.
Can you imagine? I've never been.
I've never been.
Never been to Vegas.
I
You
tell
act like
what,
that's a
though,
big surprise.
Well, I mean, just about
we had some
everybody's
sweet
been.
rides.
I have
No.
not been to
Never been to
Vegas.
Vegas. Steph, you ever been to Vegas?
Nope.
Holy
Steph,
smokes.
look, a vacation to Steph's going to Ingles and getting out of West Porterdale.
Nuh-uh.
You ever seen,
Oh my God! Out of a group of 5 people, Jeff
Is the
Jeff
only
is the only
one.
one who's been to Vegas.
Who's the biggest loser here?
I've been to freaking Kyrgyzstan, but I ain't been to Vegas.
Look, Steph's just happy to go, woo, woo, woo. I went over I-20.
Yeah.
I know the Vegas route.
Yeah.
I do know the Vegas route.
Hold on.
Yeah,
You're
I
not.
got to get that one going. Talking to that one.
Yeah, I just said I know the Vegas route. The rules
What's
of Vegas.
going on?
yeah, if it what
I don't know, we'll have to get
happens
that one
in
figured.
Vegas stays in
Good
Vegas.
And-
morning,
And we'll
Big
figure it
Mike.
out on break.
yeah, unless it's videotaped.
That
No,
might
then
be the
video
one that
has to disappear.
the cable snapped down
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Y'all
All
ever
right,
see-
Jeff, let's get out of here. We got to go to a commercial, man.
All righty, man. Y'all have a great
Hey,
day.
dig me up that pickup line and call me back.
I got you. I already
All
got it. So,
Okay.
all right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, we're gonna try to get one of these microphones working. You know, when we've had a lot of different things go on over the last couple of days. So everybody hang tight. It's just front of the morning. We'll be right back. All right, speaking to that one again.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3.
what it is we keep switching these two.
3, 2, 1. There it is. Live, coming live in living color.
And you lucky
You
dog got to go
change
to
password on
Augusta for the
Oh.
Masters.
Is there a-
Yep.
No, we know we're gonna talk about that.
okay.
Yeah, they when we lost all the internet for 2-3 days,
Uh-huh.
they had my wife push all these buttons on the router and wipe everything.
Buddy, I tell you what, all I could see, and
How
I
you
wanna,
guys doing?
good, sir. How are
Good,
you? I'm
good,
sorry.
Good, good.
It's a rainy Tuesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey.
the Masters, right? How was that? I've never been. I've always wanted to.
It's fabulous. You got to go. You,
Oh.
And see, going to the Masters, now just keep in mind, everybody that says they're going to the Masters are not necessarily all going inside the
Right.
court,
Let's
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
with
but just
Party.
being
Right.
being in the
Augusta.
Augusta during that time,
Yeah, I used to
there's a party
everywhere.
on every other corner,
Right.
if
So we're
not
talking
every corner.
spring break,
It's
basically,
for
yeah.
rich folks.
for
Right.
nice adults.
Travis
right?
right.
had to work
It's
down
spring
there.
break for adults.
Yep.
One of the old mayors used to say, "We work 51 months
Week.
51 weeks a year."
Right. For
And we
this.
play and we play
Yeah.
Wow.
1 week all year long, all
I-
week long.
I used to work security down there on Augusta week at those parties.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
It
We'll have
was
to figure out-
big money.
Oh,
we'll have
it's
to figure out
it's
how it's
huge.
going down.
It's huge, man.
Travis had to work down there one year, and the hotel that he was staying in, when before the Masters, it was only like $60-something a,
Right,
a
right,
night for the
Right,
week.
right.
The week that the Masters came in,
Mhm.
it was like 100 and something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
night.
remember he had to leave and go to a different hotel.
Yeah,
And
you
they're-
remember
and
that?
hotels are booked all the way up through Conyers here.
Now, how hard is it to
And
get
South
inside the
Carolina.
Masters?
Well, you got to be invited, correct?
You got to be invited to be on the waiting list for the actual tournament, which starts on Thursdays. You got to be on a waiting list. In other words, if you put in a request this year, it may be 10 years from now before you get your first ticket. That's serious. That's serious. Now,
Holy
the
cow.
practice
So I might as
round-
well go ahead and put in the request to do it in a wheelchair because in 10 years,
Well,
Now you
the
were
practice
inside,
round.
inside?
Yeah, now we went to the practice round.
Uh-huh.
Me and my buddy went to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are practice rounds.
Right, pro-am.
Right. But which still is a great time
Meet
to go.
and greets,
that's
yeah.
still be
obviously.
neat.
Right. It's a nice meet and greet. I mean, I was from here to you where Tiger Woods were.
Really?
On the practice round, chipping his
And
ball.
see, I lived
and that
down
kind
the
of
street from that when I was
Mhm.
like 10 years old, man. And I
Really?
just remember we went to Zach's Arcade, which is across the street from it. And I used to see the big block wall.
Yeah.
thing.
You
Mhm.
know, I don't even know if it's still there, but there used to be a Yamaha dealer. If you go past where
On the left.
well, if you look at where the golf course is on the right,
Mhm.
and you go down, and before you hit this bridge, and then you got to think how many years ago this is, but before you hit this bridge that
Oh,
goes
I-
back
I-
into the town, that
I
was
know
a
exactly where you're talking
Yamaha
about.
dealer.
It was a dive and ski shop right there.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Okay.
They're
Because
gone.
my dad had a brass bed business right next
Now,
to
there
the
used to be
Yamaha place.
the
So I rode
Eagles-
behind there.
Mhm.
The Eagles mansion was straight across down that road, and it was a big iron gate, and Hefner owned it years ago.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
that's where I always worked. I always
Man.
worked the gate
Mhm,
there. So
mhm,
met Al Cowling,
mhm,
Yeah, I was just a kid back then.
John
man.
Rocker, whole bunch of folks.
mhm.
A lot
I've
of
always
Playboy
wanted to go
models.
back.
Well, that's my hometown.
Mhm.
And growing up as a kid, as a high schooler, you got a chance to work. If you jumped on top of the opportunity, you got a chance to work the concessions and stuff like that. So I sold peanuts and beer my first job,
Really?
and I was
Now
just
they
a kid.
still have prices from way back when, correct? Or is that Wimbledon that does that? I thought it was Augusta. I'd have to check.
Their prices. I mean, you still gonna pay a pretty hefty price for
It might be
a
Wimbledon.
classic egg salad sandwich, a pimento cheese sandwich.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna check on that right now. while
Mhm.
we're talking about it.
It's one of those experiences that if you haven't,
Now, what did you have the other day? Because we're fixing to run out of time to go back live. But I saw you had people in Oz shirts. It looked like you were at the pavilion in Old Town.
Oh yeah, I like it worked well. Then my whole staging worked well. That was from 2012. But what I said was,
that means nobody recognized.
Right,
I was like, what the hell did I miss?
Right.
I'm going to have to start following Oz more.
That was the keeping the hype.
Yeah,
creating the hype for what's to come.
Okay.
And I was basically saying, with all those kids you saw in those blue T-shirts, call now, get your T-shirt, get on board Team Oz now.
That's right.
Because we've not made an announcement yet, so we're doing the Hillary Clinton thing. We're making a lot of hype.
Yeah. Well, she was in Chipotle yesterday, and nobody recognized her.
So let's talk about Hillary for president. Boy. All right, we're back. We're having some conversation. Oh, I got to get that camera set. Steph, you want to go set that camera real quick? I'm meant to. So we were having some. You can't call it off-record conversations because it's all on video.
Yeah.
But what we were just starting to bring up was the whole Hillary Clinton, man. Like, I know we try not to go too far with government, but it's just neat to see that this woman is saying that she's going to be our next president. It's neat to see. Yeah, that's good.
Well,
it's just neat. I mean, let me word it this way. Just because I think a Volvo is a cool car doesn't mean I own one. Just because I think Huffy bicycles remind me of when I was a kid doesn't mean I own one. Just because I think Aquafresh toothpaste looks cool doesn't mean I'm putting that crap in my mouth. So for me to use these analogies, I think it's cool that a woman wants to run for presidency. Now, if we could just find one worth the crap, we'd be okay. I'm sorry. I got to make my jokes. It's a radio show.
Okay, you just said find a woman that was worth the crap.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So you're going really far.
No, that's what you said.
I'm talking about for running for president.
I'm leaving early today.
What? Didn't we have some woman that was like top dog? Oh, my God. It was a black woman.
Condoleezza Rice?
Yes. What happened to her?
Oh, she was amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't we have her?
She got caught up in the weapons.
She was at the Masters last week, by the way.
Oh, really? How about that?
She's on the board down there for the Augusta National.
Cool.
She was there, by the way.
She got caught up in the George Bush weapons of mass destruction.
Okay, what about the black dude they got rid of that was light-skinned fella, older, a little thick? He was like yes. What happened to him?
Colin Powell?
I suck with names, y'all.
Same thing. He got caught up in he actually testified to Congress that they had information regarding weapons of mass destruction, which allowed for the second attack of Iraq.
But the problem is, these were just guinea pigs that had to take the fall for somebody else.
Yeah, that would be Ollie North. So yeah,
okay. So I named off people that I knew at one time were awesome people, but it shows how out of the loop I am, which is why I'm trying to learn more, which is why I now have a friend like Commissioner Oz.
Well, Rubio announced yesterday he's going to run for president.
Well, the announcements are not over. We're going to be we're going to be hearing a lot more folks coming out of the woodworks, making announcements. On the Hillary Clinton thing, let me just say this. Don't be surprised. I mean, look at the polls. And I'm just saying what I'm saying. She has a ton of supporters out there.
Oh, yeah.
And if she if she mess around and get Oprah Winfrey's endorsement,
you know what's going to happen then. Listen, I can't pick because people can say what they want.
Not to say that anybody has ever said anything about Oprah doing endorsing her.
Right.
I'm just giving an example.
Right.
But I'm also saying take a look at the polls.
Right.
Because a lot of people, when they look at her, they think about her husband, President Clinton.
Right.
And
that was a big
wait now. I was fixing to have that argument.
Well,
the only problem with Clinton is he got caught getting a little sex.
Well,
he was a good president.
What we're talking about, and I'm not going to get into the who was good or not was good. I'm just saying this thing is about a popularity contest.
It is now.
Let's think about it like this. I've never not actually personally shook a hand or talked to the president, any of the presidents of the United States during my time. I don't know about any of you all have ever had that experience.
I got close to Carter.
Well, I've gotten close to several of them, but never.
Security stopped me.
Absolutely. Well, I was
that restraining order thing.
Time, but here's the point I'm making. When you think about a candidate, if you don't really get to do your homework and your research and really know someone outside, over and beyond what you're hearing on the media, the local media, Do you really know the person?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, okay, so now let's personalize it. Let's bring it down to the local level. If you don't get to know your local officials, and then it's time for election time, do you really know that person
No.
that you're voting for?
And the problem is you
All
guys
you
could have
know-
a mission, but that doesn't mean by the time it happens that you're even allowed to do the mission because you have so many other people telling you what you need to do.
Well, half of the things that people talk about running when they're going to run for, that they're going to do, they don't get a chance to do a lot of those things when they're in office because they learn the bureaucracy and government and how things are set up differently. You can't do all of the things that you're talking about. But really, it's about getting to know those candidates, identifying who those people are, and really doing your homework and research and making sure that this person is going to be the best advocate on behalf of you, your business, your family, your children. That's how you have to make the decision. The decision can't be made on black or white, Republican, Democrat, straight or gay. That doesn't mean a hill of beans. You've got to make a decision based upon the person who can effectively get the job done and who can carry the message for you.
Right.
I mean, now, and I'm talking personalizing it because it is a popularity contest. People are going to make the decision based upon the most recognizable name, recognizable face, that individual who has been out there doing what they say they're going to do, which makes it, and which is all we have to go on.
Right.
Think about it. I don't know President Barack Obama. Have you ever played basketball with him?
Nope.
I don't know
I
President
ain't played
George
checkers
Bush.
either.
I don't know none of those folks. So I rely on the media to tell me.
Right. And when you have to hope the media is actually giving you accuracy and not shucking jibes. I mean, we were just talking about Chris Angel. I mean, you know,
Well,
the
they
media
spin
is,
it, you know, Fox spins it this way.
Right.
CNN spins it that way.
And you have to have the ability to read.
you got to be able to
between the lines.
decipher it.
But read between the lines.
Yeah, because you know when Ferguson was happening, and the only reason I bring this up is while Ferguson was happening, I just had it on CNN, and I was having people send us messages and calling and texting, going, "You need to be watching Channel Fox or whatever Fox was because they're showing the real story." So O'Reilly's burns two different ways on camera because we're seeing what's happening. Yeah, but CNN is making it worse. They're making it look worse. I'm like, what did they do? Dim the fire? How did they make it look worse?
A fire is a fire.
That's my point. And I'm just like,
death is death.
Death is death. How do you make it look worse?
A butt whooping is a butt whooping.
That's it. But but when it comes to people reporting
right.
somebody saying something, I want to hear the person saying it. I don't want to hear the reporter say this is what they said because they put their twist on it.
Well, and let me say this too. In addition to them putting their twist or their spin or how they want to frame it, keep this in mind. A lot of folks, it's just like barbershop talk or country club conversation. Folks buy into what the other people are saying. They may not have any rhyme or reason about the person or the subject or the place or the thing. They just listen to what everybody else say, and then they make their decision based upon that.
Right.
And what I'm saying here, let's independently do our own intelligent research and make our own decisions. Just because you say Jif is better than Skippy or
hey, now don't get on my peanut butter.
I actually like Heinz ketchup better than Hunt's, and I'll argue that with anybody.
Well, but it doesn't mean.
But this is what you're saying though.
I'm not going to just automatically rally behind you with Heinz.
Right.
I said, well, okay, since you said it, let me check out Heinz.
That's right.
I'm going to test it out. I'm going to do a Heinz and Hunt's test and see. Right. And I might even have that GV, great value from Walmart.
Right.
You don't.
I know. Hey, now
the label says great value, but it's truly Heinz or Hunt's.
That's it.
Yep.
If you really know how to investigate and get down to it, they just put their branding on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know how we got off peanut butter.
No, but the fact is my analogies or metaphors is 100% accurate. What you're saying, you need to figure it out. You need to put your own ideas, your own brain in it. You need to find out what suits your taste,
Scotty. Which is the reason why I constantly say to folks, I want to meet and greet as many people in the community.
Right.
I want to give out my number.
I want you to know the real
I want you to know who I am. I want you to ask me the tough questions, whatever that's been swirling over your head, in and around your head. I want you to bring it straight to the horse and just get it from the horse's mouth, and you find out, okay, this, that, or the other. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to fluff it. I'm going to tell you, do I have bumps, bruises, flaws? Yes.
But don't we all?
Absolutely. And I think some of those things help qualify me to do what I do on a day-to-day basis, because Dr. King did say this. He says, if we can't relate, we can't communicate.
Yep.
I can't talk about being in a car accident if I've never been in one myself. So
Correct.
you got to be able to relate to the situation or what a people are going through so that you can communicate with some of their pain and understand what's happening. I had someone the other day text me and says, and they started off the text with a sarcastic tone.
And the bad thing is in a text, you can't tell sometimes too, which is bad.
When you know the person,
Yeah.
when you know the individual. So this individual texts me and says, "Hey, there's a family out in front of Kroger on 138, and they're begging for food and da 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 da." And I said, "Well, there's a reason why they're there." And they made light of it. And I says, "Well, did you give?" And I put the word "give" in all caps. And it says, "No, I told them I was going to tell them to contact our Commissioner Nesbitt." I says, "Well, here's the thing." I says, "I've learned not to jump to conclusions and judge a book by its cover." I says, "It was pretty warm the other day when you text me about this, and there's a reason why that mom and those 2 or 3 kids were out there." I says, "Now here's the thing: if they were faking it,
that's why I was fixing to bring it.
If they were faking it, they'll watch this. I'm not God.
I'm
just Oz.
That's right.
It's not my job to be God. Either I'm going to give and walk away, or or not give at all. Because if I'm going to try to be judgmental and all that kind of stuff, and yes, I'm not naive. I do know that there's people out there taking advantage of folks. But when I make the decision going into the Kroger grocery store, if I'm going to give this family $5 or $10, or if I'm just going to buy them, whatever decision, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, shut my mouth and keep it moving.
That's right. You're giving because you want to give, not for any other reason.
Right. And again, I'm not God. So when I said all that to this individual, I think it kind of resonated in their spirit, and they got a little guilty, and they text me back later and say, "Well, I bought them a meal." And I said, "Good for you. God bless you."
That's right.
Yeah.
God is going to bless you even more for what you did. But when you get yourself out of the position of again, we all been in those places where people are panhandling and they're asking for money, and you have to make the decision whether you're going to give it to them or not. But you can't. We so get accustomed to saying, "I bet they're going to do this," or "I bet that's not your job."
That's not your business.
If they're going to do the wrong thing with the ham or the turkey or the money or the food, let God be God.
See, with us, we didn't hand out money. What we did was when we pulled up, what do you need? If you tell us what you need, we give you socks. We had a bus. I had it loaded with so many people that had so much time to give and so much stuff to donate. And if you needed socks, we gave you socks. We gave you cereal.
We gave you water. Food.
When I had one guy step up in the bus and he tried to explain why he's homeless, and I looked at him, I said, "Can I interrupt you real quick?" I said, I don't care why you're homeless." And the look on his face was like, "Holy cow." And then he just kind of stopped for a second and he didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
I said, "Why you're homeless is not important to me.
That's not
What you need is what's important to me."
Absolutely.
He goes, "Oh my God, I hadn't had anybody treat me like this." I said, "I don't care what happened to you to put you here. That's really none of my business." I said, "But all I know is it's 7 degrees right now and it's going to be cold tonight. Do you need a sleeping bag?"
All that matters. The guy came in November and picked up the turkey back in November. He says, we handed him the turkey and said, "Happy Thanksgiving." He says, "You mean I don't have to fill out anything?" I said, "Happy Thanksgiving." He says, "I'm serious. I don't have to." I said, "Listen, that's not what this particular giveaway is about.
Right.
If you're going to take this turkey and sell it or do something crazy with it, that's between you and God."
That's right. Your karma will come back.
Thanksgiving,
That's
sir.
right.
Happy Thanksgiving, and be on your merry way. But so many of us get caught up being judgmental and trying to decide and make decisions. And that's not, if you're going to give and walk away. If you're not going to give, walk away and keep your mouth shut and let God be.
Well,
God.
how about this? And I'm always the one that's going to maybe tell you what you don't want to hear. And I'm probably not going to tell it to you the way you want to hear it. I'm probably going to give you a metaphor and make you go, "Oh my God, did he just say that?" So somebody hit me up and said, "So when y'all gave away those hams the other day, was you having people, fill out stuff to keep a record of who got a ham?" And I said, "What are we, stormtroopers?" and he thought I was making a joke about about Star Wars. And I
Mhm.
said, I'm not Hitler and they're not Jews. I don't need to know where they live. I don't need to know what car they drive. I don't need to know how many kids they have. I said, we were giving out hams, and that's all that mattered. All right, let me catch this call real quick. And you know what's really neat? Hey, Craig, can you hear me?
Hey there.
Hey, hang on just one
Yep.
second. You know what the cool thing is and I started to say this a minute ago, but what's cool is when we have Oz on the show, there's so many people like Craig and so many people that live around the world that are like, Oz is awesome. But like
Mhm.
Jeff is in Snellville as far as the town he lives in. He works in Norcross. We got other people in different states, and it's so cool. They're like, Oz is awesome. We need the people here to see that. We
Yep.
need the people here to understand that the only way that you're going to change history is to put those shoes on, walk out that door, and start making a change, start making a difference. You can't wish your world back. You got to make your world be better.
You're absolutely right. And I really appreciate all of the comments. And let me just say this, I'm going to say it again. I appreciate all the comments, good, bad, or indifferent, or sometimes we like to say good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah.
But it's all good because what it does, it causes us to focus on the reasons why we're here and what we do. And I want to talk to people. I want to meet people. I want to make sure people understand where I'm coming. I am not, let me get this out. I am not interested in turning our community to the world of social services. I am not interested in that.
Somebody else has that job.
Somebody
don't
else
have
has
to.
I am interested in helping this community grow, get people back to work. We have a program called Ready to Work Rockdale. I am interested in that. I'm interested in the small business, entrepreneurs getting their stuff off the ground so they can take care of their families. And anybody that has a legitimate plan or rhyme or reason on what we can do to assist them, to promote them, to encourage them, to bring revenue into their shop, that's who I want to help.
Right.
That's who I want to help. The young person trying to transition from high school to college or into the military, into the world of work. Those are the people that we want to help and assist. Absolutely. Not turn the world. We're not a world of just give me, and giveaways. It's about helping people who really need help. So I wanted to put that out there because there's a ton of folks who really need help. There's some folks who are just listening only to be critical.
Yeah.
They're listening to, they're just trying to find a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
Instead
not
of a solution.
All right. Hey, let me catch this. Craig, what you got, man? Well, I know we just had you on hold, but we don't have somebody answering the phones and getting, so you kind of got shoved to the side for a second. What you got going on this morning, fine, sir?
Oh, I was just thinking about the giving that you guys were discussing there a minute ago. And, I have discussions with my daughter and stuff about that all the time. I think the majority of the time what happens is there's most of the time you find yourself or others, what I've discovered is that people have an expectation of what's in it for them to give. Okay, so let's forget the selflessly giving or why am I giving, or is this a selfless act? Samuel Johnson said that the true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you find that you have an expectation during your act of giving, I feel that it kind of mars, the reason that you're doing so.
That's right.
So,
and that's what made me mad when this dude called me. He lives in the Covington area, and he's like, I just don't know that I want to come waste my time to give ham away to people that probably really aren't starving. And I'm like, you do understand that sometimes giving back doesn't come with a big smiley face or a sucker. It's not the bank. It's not the doctor's office. You just do what you do sometimes. And let's just use this as an example, and people might get their feelings hurt. So if you get butt hurt over this, I'm sorry. But if 1 out of 10 was fake or 6 out of 10 was fake, say, and I'm not saying this is facts or true, but if 6 out of 10 didn't legitimately need the hams, at least I know 4 out of 10 truly needed our help, and we gave it to them. That's what's important.
A man named Thomas Merton, he wrote something, I guess, that applies to this. It says, our job is to love others without stopping to inquire whether or not they're worthy of that love. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of this stays, a lot of these things, a lot of things that we're talking about. I'm going to go back to the biblical reference. You see what I'm saying? Because everything, what Dr. King said, what you're saying, what this gentleman says, and it all goes back to doing what's right as opposed to doing what's wrong. Helping someone who needs help is right. Complaining about it or saying, oh, why should I go help? They're probably not. That's just an excuse.
Right. Well,
That
you
is-
notice I don't know how much anybody saw my Facebook this morning, but there was a comment. Some stuff had went on about on the news about a preacher taking a bunch of money, whatever.
Yeah, I heard
But
about them.
My whole thing was John the Baptist just stood down in the river and baptized anybody that wanted redemption, anybody that wanted to be baptized. He did it. He didn't do it because he was promised a goat. He didn't do it because somebody was giving him some milk. Dude, look at the time we're talking about he lived in,
Yeah,
So-
that's what they did.
My point is, here was a guy that just had his calling and he did what he did. And
And for a reward, his life reward of baptizing everyone he could see
yes,
and baptizing Jesus Christ, you know what his reward was in the end? His head was taken from his body for a birthday gift.
there you go.
So, hey,
I had a situation when I was young, and I kind of upset quite a few people about this. But I was sitting in church with my grandmother, and I believe I was about 11, maybe 12, something like that. And on Saturday, a family from our little community, their house caught on fire. They lost everything that they had. So we went to church on Sunday, and I noticed right off the bat that this family who had just lost everything to the house fire was sitting on the first row pew of the church wearing the same clothes that they had on when their house was on fire. Still had the suit and everything else on them, with a preacher and a couple other people saying that we need to pray for these people. We need to do this and we need to do that. And like I said, I was 12 years old, and I said, they don't need prayer. They need some damn clothes and a place to live.
That's right.
Absolutely. He took the words right out of my mouth.
All right. And, you could have heard a pin drop when I said that. I don't think I was ever slapped harder across my mouth than when my grandmother unloaded on me right there.
Well, how about this? Speaking of prayer, this happened yesterday. A friend of mine called me, and she is a very strong woman, very powerful in her own mind. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean, the woman is a very strong, she's married, but I call her a very strong, independent woman because she can get stuff done by herself. She can get stuff done. So she was talking about some people at her work were just giving her hell. And at the end of the conversation, she's like, Scotty, if you just pray for me and just I need the strength right now. Just pray for me for these goons I'm working with. And I said, pray for you? Why in the hell do I need to pray for you? I said, I need to pray for them idiots. I said, because let me tell you something. You are oh so powerful, and they need to fear you. I don't need to pray for you. I need to pray that you don't hurt these poor boys. And I don't mean physically. I mean mentally, she can put a whooping on you because she'll start telling you some stuff that's facts. And I'm like, I don't need to pray for you. You got this. You don't think for a second you don't have this. Boy, she hung up the phone going, man, I needed that. And I said, come on. I didn't tell you nothing today that you didn't know yesterday.
Absolutely. But I tell you what, Craig is the caller, right?
Yes.
Craig, thank you so much for your comment. I heard local pastor Cedric Penn came in and brought one of the hams to the dealership when we were doing the Lind of Ham. And he said out of his mouth, he says it's very difficult to preach to anybody on an empty stomach.
Yes.
He went on and says it's tough for me to preach while I've got an empty stomach. He says the first thing you got to do is cater to the need, the immediate and urgent pressing necessity. If that person is sitting on that pew that's hungry, you've got to feed them food. You got to give them a ham sandwich first. Then you can begin to speak the word of God into them and minister them in different ways. But It's just difficult if people don't get that, they don't understand. And I'm like you, DJ Scotty, you said earlier, I can give a flying flip about listen, if you say you're hungry here, and I'm going to keep moving.
That's right.
When I was a deputy sheriff all those years, this is what I used to say about writing tickets. If I'm going to write you the ticket, I'm going to write you the ticket. If I'm going to give you, if I'm going to give you the sermon, I don't need to be writing you the ticket. I don't need a sermon from you, deputy, and the ticket at the same time.
That's right.
Either you're going to give me the ticket and let me be on my way,
right?
Or if you're going to give me a sermon and a lecture on the side of the road or the side of the highway, I hope that you're not going to also write me a ticket. I don't need both.
I don't need salt in the wound.
I don't need that.
I
couldn't dry.
I would be fast to admit that I have, of course, demons in my closet or prejudices also, like everybody else does. I'm not a religious person per se, but I find myself, whenever I return to New Orleans, I was invited by this, I don't really know, she was kind of like a panhandler kind of person, to go to Jesse Duplantis' church. And one of the at the time I was struggling with, donating, helping others, and that kind of thing, charity type of stuff. And I was struggling with all the fraud, around that, how to discern who really needs it and who doesn't. And the sermon that I heard from Jesse Duplantis that morning was that if I am giving with an underlying expectation, then it isn't a selfless act, and I'm just as guilty as the guy that makes his Corvette payment.
That's right.
If he's out there hustling for his Corvette payment or his $500,000 home, then if I'm expected of something in return for my quote unquote gift, then it isn't a selfless gift at all, and I'm just as guilty.
Right.
So that's all I got.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for calling in. We're going to shoot us off to a commercial. I appreciate you.
All right, buddy.
All right, see you later.
Yeah.
So, and that's, that's just kind of the way some of these things are, man. You got to, I'm trying to not offend, but at the same time, I've ended up in this world where I'm trying to please so many people. And one of my good buddies, Tubby's like, look, man, everybody that loves you is going to love you. Quit trying so hard, because the ones that really know me, and of course that's worded differently than how he words it, because he's never going to be that touchy-feely nice about it.
Right.
Tubby's going to go, listen, you're eating this hot dog with no wiener in it. It's just straight bun with dirt. You're hungry. This is what you get.
Right.
Raw. You know what I'm saying? It's just, he's going to give it to you.
Rolled up bologna.
That's right. But the facts are, is I spend so much trying to make everybody happy that sometimes I lose fact of making myself happy. So, again, I dance around trying to make people happy on these conversations. I just know that if you're giving, you give because you want to, not because of what's waiting on the other side of the giving part. So
absolutely. And people can see straight through people who are genuine about giving, people who are real about doing what they should be doing in the community. It is what it is. The world that I'm in local politics, it's a gamble. My fate as a career politician is in the hands of the people.
That's right.
And I realize that on a day-to-day basis, and I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it, because my goal is I'm having an opportunity. The citizens of Rockdale County has given me an opportunity to do what I enjoy doing, what I'm passionate about, and that's be at a higher level of being able to affect change in the community, do something positive. When they figure that time is up, hey, the people have spoken. So in the meantime, let the giving begin and let it continue, and let's do it the way it needs to be done, and make sure that we can impact the people's lives as positive as we can as we move along. Absolutely.
And I want to say this because I keep almost forgetting, and I know I need to get to this commercial, but I almost, every time I start to say this, I start talking about something else. The thing we were talking earlier about getting a president can run our country. There's no doubt about it. But think of a person and what you do on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people don't really leave their own community. A lot of people work in Conyers, live in Conyers. A lot of people live in Covington, work in Covington. So not always do people travel outside of their own boundaries. But the thing is a lot of the things that you see that are happening that truly affects you is your local government, your local stuff. And if you really want to see your world change, you need to be part of the change. If you really want to see a park better for the kids then you need to go research and find out who do I talk to about getting this park. You need to figure out, okay, is it safe to walk down this road? Here's who I need to talk to about that. So, I'm just trying to say this, I met up with Oz because I needed to start being an adult. I've never lived as an adult. Yes, I might be 44 years old, but when I was 38, I was still 21 in my eyes. Let me catch this, and then I got to go to a commercial. Hello.
Yeah, can I talk to DJ Scotty?
Yeah, this is him.
How you doing?
Just fine. What's happening with you, sir?
Not so much. I seen some pictures of the Joy prom. I went to Saturday night and asked Stephanie if she got them on her Facebook.
I will when I go to the commercial. I'll see if we can dig them up. So you sent them to Steph's Facebook?
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
here in the
thank you.
background. Okay, thanks a lot. You have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, we're going to shoot off to a commercial. Yeah, you can hear us in that 30-second loop behind them.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. This right here I'm going to play is something I made for the train wreck back when she was still here. Nothing bad about her. I don't mean it like that. But I made this, and it's a parody of a song that I'm being told from some fans of Stephanie's that I need to remake this song. And instead of it saying train wreck, it needs to say redneck. So everybody bear with me when I cue this up, and then we're going to commercials. And then I have a Dustin Bragg song that's been requested yet again. So we'll be right back, everybody.
All right, you got to lock this date down I'm about to give you because you don't want to miss this.
What date?
Hold on. Streetball basketball tournament.
Yes, I've been wanting to ask you about it.
That's coming up.
advertised it, and I didn't even know when it was.
It's coming up.
Steph, Mike, you right now.
May 17th, Sunday, May 17th.
Oh, good. Sunday. 'cause
Sunday.
we know we're open.
Sunday, May 17th, over at Pine Law Park at the the newly refurbished basketball courts over there. We're
Start time?
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. We're gonna have barbecue grill, rocking and rolling, a huge grill out there, music,
Street ball at Pine Log.
street ball tournament,
Street ball at Pine Log.
Pine Law Park. And it's featuring AN1 basketball. Everybody's familiar with AN1 basketball. They know that's AN1 basketball is. You familiar with AN1 basketball? AN1 basketball is like the souped up version of high school basketball. With a little bit of Harlem Globetrotters feel to it. It's real street ball with fancy flair. That's the best way to put it.
What time is it?
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Sunday.
Now, what
Put it on
do
the
you
calendar.
need? You got a DJ there? You already got people involved?
I'm gonna have 2 DJs,
Okay.
you and the other guy.
Okay,
I want you to bring your.
That's what I was
truck,
gonna say.
the whole
I'll bring
nine.
all the big stuff, and he can just hook in with us.
We're gonna have it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a basketball exhibition.
No, that's fine.
It's gonna be
How long is it
stupid
gonna
crazy
last?
over there. Well, there's gonna be 2 games. There's gonna be one game from 3 that kicks off at 3 from 3 to about 4:30. The next game will start at 5, and then it'll wrap up at the latest by 7 p.m. But you're talking about a Sunday evening after church. Barbecue grill's gonna be there.
Just let your other DJ know to get a hold of me, because
Well,
I can bring all the gear.
The next meeting, I'm about to give that to you now. I'm giving it all to you now because you need to be at the next planning meeting.
Okay.
The next meeting will be on April this month, April the 30th.
Okay, I'll be gone.
I think that's a Thursday.
you'll
Is
be
that a
gone.
Thursday?
Yeah, I'll be in Panama City. But
you need a rep over there.
yeah, I was gonna say one of these 2, if not both, can show up.
And that's at
When is
6:30.
it?
6:30. That's a Thursday evening, right? April 30th.
Yeah.
That's a Thursday. Okay, I got it right. So that's a Thursday, 6:30 over at my county office.
Okay.
That's where we're going, because we don't have a lot of time. The 17th of May will be here in a minute.
I can just. I got plenty of
In
sound,
planning time,
so-
Mike. That's tomorrow. 17th of May is tomorrow. So,
Okay, on
on
all of these.
of
for the
these.
for the street ball at Pine Log.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be 2 DJs. Now, do you already have a Facebook page or an event page or anything?
When haven't created a page exclusively for it, I'm
Uh-huh.
just going to market through
Yeah,
my
but
pages.
we need to because we can pump,
Yeah,
pump,
see,
pump.
see, I can tell everybody and we can talk on the radio,
Mhm.
but I can also put it on Facebook and it'll go out to 4,325 people.
I mean, just my page
So
loans
you-
5,000.
Now
people.
we're going
Not
to put it on
discount.
Facebook. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a graphic, a whole
Yeah, that's
graphic
what we
piece.
need to be able to keep pushing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have an electronic piece that you can
Because
push
you
out.
know I'm gonna make the joke. White boys can't jump.
Yeah.
Come out and see me break my other ankle.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
then, yeah,
Because I mean I'm already sporting.
you
it.
got, you got Redneck
I'm on
Steph,
I'm on
you
the
got
bench list.
5,000 there. You got
Mhm.
4,000 with me. Then we got
so
4,000.
to make sure I'm understanding, you're asking, will I have a
I need a social
graphic.
media
Watch, I'll
link.
show you
graphic.
what.
Yeah, I need
Right.
a social media event link. Now, look, seriously, if you don't have anybody that can do this, give me a call. The reason why I'm not here during the week anymore is I'm babysitting my 4-year-old granddaughter.
okay?
But
For
see
the
right
summer.
here.
Write this number down. I'm gonna give you. I want you to call the guy that's kind of the lead person. You can call him today.
Okay,
706
706
495
495
0049.
0049. And his,
His name is Mike Myers.
So look, when you click on events, this comes up and it goes by the closest one to you. So this weekend we're doing the first annual ride for kids.
Mhm.
So this is what it is.
Oh yeah,
There's
we
the
will have
flyer.
one of those.
There's everything that explains
Well,
what's going on, and it gives us
yeah.
a basic idea how many people's been invited,
Interested.
how many
right.
people are coming.
We will
and then
have that.
People
And
can
you-
leave comments,
I got
so I can actually go on not only as whoever owned the page, I could go on going, all right, make sure and leave a comment no different than this. I can come and type and it say April 1st, 10 p.m. I would be able to say, come see a white boy who can't jump, and it just gives people comical type things to read.
If Scotty says he's coming,
Mhm.
he's gonna go, it'll come over here on this
Right.
link,
Uh-huh.
and everybody in Scotty's wall
Uh-huh.
will see that he's going,
Right.
and they can click on it from there.
Right.
So
Well,
it's just, I mean, social media.
we'll have that. We'll have that. But I want you to give Myers a call.
I'll call him today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
It just helps push it, especially if it's going to be, let's get people out here, doing something positive in your town
Having a great time.
and just having clean fun.
Food, music,
listen.
basketball, street basketball. Good fun.
We only got a couple seconds.
Yep.
But you remember kickball when you were in school?
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to do a kickball thing at like Honey Creek Elementary.
You don't have to go that far. I've got it right here in Rockdale
I
County. We
did a
got some folks that
dodgeball.
playing on Sundays.
Yeah.
A big
So we're wanting to get people
all
to show
female.
up with
That's all
grills.
female teams. I mean, huge.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's what
absolutely.
we need.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give you that information.
All right, everybody, we're
Yeah.
back. If you're not watching video, you're missing out. We've been saying that we've been wanting
I
to
heard
bring
him say
back
cool.
all old school, like let's bring families. So not only as I'm there with my kid. Not only is Steph there, she's there with her kid, and have a dodgeball day.
Oh, my
Everybody
goodness.
bring out their grills,
Yep.
and we're just gonna have fun. Everybody remembers playing kickball as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Have a kickball Sunday, and here's the weather, man. It's coming
What
up.
out of 1, 2, 3, 4 red light festival?
See?
Yeah.
Tennis ball, baseball with a
Yeah.
tennis
And
racket.
what is that?
No Red Rover.
Simon says,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Red Rover.
Rover,
But then you can
Rover.
play. You can do this with your kids,
Move over.
and it's good, clean fun.
right,
It's-
they'd probably think that we're retards. They'd never heard of those games. 1, 2, 3, 4 red light, Red Rover, move
And
over.
duck-
and-
Could you put your
Goose.
phone down and come outside with me for a minute?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Because that 1, 2, 3 red light. How
Right.
many? I can't tell you how many
Man.
times I fell on my knee or twisted an ankle
We
because you're trying to stop in the grass.
in Kabul, Afghanistan, we actually had a dodgeball tournament because of the movie.
Yeah.
We had ADA balls. You can buy the whole kit now. So we did it. It was hilarious. But this is the best one. We had a guy that was a former drill sergeant that had all of us out there. We were on camp, so we didn't have our gear on, and he played Simon Says.
See,
He used to be a drill sergeant, and he smoked us. I mean, it
I'm
was
just
so
saying.
funny because nobody could make it more than about 5
right?
things.
It would just make for great pictures. It'd make for great video. It would just be something good that you can do in your local town and have fun.
Here
Yeah.
again, we're promoting family.
Promoting family
There's the point.
live on the air with DJ Scotty here with Just for Fun Radio. We're talking about having a great time and promoting families.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because family is the core of community.
Well, here's the thing, and this is just an example, and this is just speaking of my life and everybody else. You envision your own life when I say this. So my wife looks at me
And she says, "Why did I do this?"
No, well, she's done that several times. No, she looks at me on Monday and she's like, "You just don't love me anymore." And it's just the typical wife thing. And she's like, "All day you're so busy with the station and you're this and that." And what it is I've gotten busy and she's gotten busy with the grandbaby. So the little bit of disconnection, I guess. And it's not that I'm not connected to her. It's not that I don't love her. It's she's starting to where I already was so busy and me and her were squeezing in time. Now the grandbaby's taking away some of her time.
She has a full-time job.
She has 3 full-time jobs. She takes care of her work. Yep. She takes care of the grandbaby and she takes care of me. That is a three full-time jobs. And
don't forget taking care of the house.
That's right. So if you look at just my lifestyle, think of everybody else's lifestyle. So if we can do something that puts you and your kids,
the story of my life,
together, how many people actually can say they've done something with their kid lately? My kid, we go to a movie together, and the reason is that guarantees no phone for 2.5 hours.
You don't fall asleep, do you?
No.
Okay.
I do.
So me and my kid, she'll be like, we need a movie date. And that involves me and her going to get something to eat, maybe going to Walmart before or after the movie, and then the movie.
Yeah. So, what you're talking about is so serious. I mean, we may make light of it a little bit, but the truth of it is serious. When you are a move and shake person and you got a busy lifestyle, your spouse has to be understanding. They have to embrace your mission and understand what it is you're trying to do. Right. My wife and I work 2 full-time jobs. My wife works a job and a half. We're constantly on the go. We're kind of seeing each other in passing. So we still occasionally have date night. You'll see me post every now and then a date with the first lady. Every now and then we have date night, and sometimes it's unplanned. She may call me on the way from work and say, "Hey, meet me over at the Mexican restaurant, meet me at the Chinese spot, meet me over at here or there," whatever the case may be, and we'll have a drink or we'll just relax a little bit and have a moment where we're not in the rat race mode because we live our lives that way. But you have to take a moment and spend time with your children. Stacy's 17 years old. She's a high school senior. We have a car in the yard for her, but she doesn't have a driver's license and she's not motivated to drive or whatever the reason.
My daughter was like that too, though. She didn't want to drive.
And I fussed about it in the very beginning, but there's a lot of pluses to that too. I look at the pros and cons, but here's what I'm going to say. I take her to school every morning.
Yep.
And every morning before she gets out, guess what I get?
Yep.
A kiss.
That's right. Mine was the same way. And I value it now.
It's a big deal. That moment. We talk in the car on the way. We listen to the radio. Some mornings just kind of quiet. We don't say a whole lot. But she don't get out of that car without giving me a big kiss. And I may be 2 hours into my work over at the dealership. I say, "Hey, you got something there on your face?" And I say, "Yeah, that's Stacy."
And you leave it too.
And lipstick. And I leave it there for a while, and then I have to get it off. Right. But the point is, our most valuable resource is time.
That's right. And you can't get it back.
And life is short. You're here today, you're gone tomorrow, you're here this morning, you're gone this evening, and people are in awe and in shock, but it is what it is. So you have to embrace those people and tell those people and show those people love every chance you get.
That's right.
That
Look,
is so important.
I went from when my daughter didn't live with me, I only saw her every now and then. Mm-hmm. So then when she moved in with me, she started her 11th grade year at this Young Academy.
Okay.
And I know I just said it wrong because I couldn't remember so fast.
Young American. Christian.
And I took her to school and picked her up every day. And then it was at first I was like, but then it was like, And then when she became a senior, I drove her for like the first maybe week or two, maybe month. And then we finally got her insurance and we finally got her license, and she was 18 or fixing to be 18, I think, or she was 18, but she had no interest in driving. But once she did start driving, then it was, I'm going here after school. So that means I saw her less. Then it was, I'm getting a job. I saw her less.
Well,
then it's, I'm going to hang out with my friends. I saw her less. So now between my daughter either going to her mom's, going to her boyfriend's, going to work, literally, she came in yesterday for an hour. And then she's like, "Okay, I'm going to work." I said, "Are you coming home tonight?" She goes, "I don't know. I might go to mom's." Then she texts me, "Okay, I may come home. because it's storming. And then she texts me again, nope, going to mom's. I'm just like, geez, when am I going to see you? But that's the point. That's where I'm leading with if you have a chance, you better take it. Because it's not promised. It's no different than anything else. There's no promises.
Well, we're planning some big fun. It's coming up on May 17th. You're talking about family and funds and doing things that's really bringing the community together, but bringing people and families together. When was the last time you've really been outside, and you've been to a basketball court outside, and you had a fabulous time watching a street basketball
That's
game?
Exciting. I mean, you
I'm
think
talking
of
about-
everybody that's watched White Men Can't Jump and they saw how street ball that tournament was.
Well-
You're going to get to see this live.
Well, let me just tell you, when you talk about street ball at its finest, you talk about ballers who can get out there and do their thing on a Sunday evening, T-shirts off, cut T-shirts, tank tops, and people just ball and have a great. Well, add a nice smoking barbecue grill, add a DJ with the right type of hype music, bring in the sensation, and let's have a great time in the neighborhood with everybody that wants to come out and either participate or simply be a part of this. May 17th, that's a Sunday evening, 3 p.m., Pine Log Park at the basketball courts. Yours truly, Commissioner Nesbitt, will be hosting a street ball basketball tournament on Sunday, May 17th. It's free. All you got to do is show up, baby. We're going to have food. We're going to have music. We're going to have excitement, and we're going to have some of the best AN1 basketball that you've seen in a long time. You were asking me about AN1 basketball. AN1 basketball is high school basketball transitioning over to the college level that has a Harlem Globetrotters type feel to it. I mean, it's just fabulous basketball, people who really know their thing, and they're making it happen. Because how many folks you know who could ball back in the day but never made it to college basketball and never made it to the pros?
This would be insane.
You can remember.
That's right.
You can
I do.
remember those guys
I
that,
remember.
man, you said, man, TJ should have made it to the pros. That joker could dunk. He could he can shoot a three-pointer. This is what I'm talking about. This
and I
is
remember
real
these cats
excitement.
that could play street ball but couldn't play at the high school team because they couldn't. They were used to playing 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 or maybe 4. They couldn't work within a team.
Right.
But you give them the basketball on the street court.
Right.
Oh man,
Totally
dude.
different ball game.
These guys could play.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking about this as we transition to May 17th. Mike is going to get a hold of the guy who's in charge in terms of the lead guy that's on our committee. He's going to be doing some graphic things with Facebook and putting the word out.
I need you to warn your people.
I wanted to plant the seed.
I need you to warn your people that I got a vision of something, and I want everybody to get your paintbrushes out. I'm fixing to paint a vision for you. I want pictures.
Here we go.
I want pictures. So you're going to have, and I'm not trying to stereotype color, but this is going to be too funny. I want pictures because you're going to have all these black guys that are just hustling that ball, and they're going to have their shirts off. And then you're going to have my just for fun white folks come out there in some just for fun wife beaters. And then you're going to see us overweight, take our shirt off.
You got to go there.
And we're going to be,
you had to go there.
and Steph's not going to take our shirt off. But then you're going to see all of us overweight, 40 something. I'm going to have I'm going to have some rednecks come out, all of us totally out of shape. And I'm going to make sure somebody's videoing us, like bending over, touching our toes, doing a warm up.
So we're going to have Just for Fun Radio, a white DJ Scotty. And then the other DJ, let me tell you this. He's DJ Easy is from the Caribbean.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
That'd be cool.
So
Yeah, man, put your shirt back on.
we're going to have a whole lot of stuff going on at the
That'd
same
be
time.
neat.
It's going to be something else, man. I tell you, it's going to be a
We'll make some good videos.
We gotta get some.
Well, I'll have to
just
have
for
some
fun
sweatbands.
headbands.
some playing in the park, baby. It's gonna
Do
be
you know what those pictures are going to look like? They're going to be shooting up some pictures. They're going to be a bunch of us white people going, okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
right?
Can
Can you imagine the video?
Gonna look like the Iraqi army out there.
Absolutely.
PT.
Absolutely.
But it's all for just giggles, man. We want people to have a good time, man.
Well,
Yes, we do.
we're also inviting, watch this, the local popo to come out and shoot a couple of hoops. Can you imagine? That's right. They won't have on the uniforms. The local popo.
You said shoot a
the
couple.
local popo will be able to.
Can they just bring their tasers?
Come on. They're gonna
donuts
hoop it
there?
up. We're gonna hoop it up. We're gonna hoop it up with the local popo.
That'd
That's
be
right.
funny.
Absolutely.
That'd be good. though.
Listen, we're gonna bring
It's community.
there you go. As many people in the community we can bring out. We're going to bring them out and have a great time. But you don't want to miss this event. For all those moms and dads to have young kids who've never seen an N1 basketball game, a really street basketball game is from way back in the day. We're creating that environment. We're going to have it live with 2 DJs, DJ Scotty, DJ Easy. We're also going to have a huge grill. Nabo's Barbecue. Nabo's Barbecue is going to be, and you know Nabo's Barbecue will make you slap your mama.
Are they at Conyers?
They're
And
in
what day was
Conyers.
this?
This is Sunday, May 17th.
Crap. Do you know what that is?
What?
Sunday,
Oh,
May
never
17th.
mind. No.
Yeah.
Sunday, May 17th.
For some reason, Boots the Bully was on 2 days. I'm
Yeah,
like, how is that
I
possible?
saw
Go ahead,
that.
keep going.
Sunday, May 17th, Nabo's Barbecue will be in the house, will be on the yard. It won't be in the building, will be on the yard. And he's going to be smoking it up early that day. So barbecue sandwiches and the whole 9 yards.
Is he
going
gonna
to be
have
good.
Brunswick stew?
He's going to probably, I don't know about Brunswick stew, but I think he might have those smoked big turkey legs that you get at the fair.
You get it at the Renaissance
Yeah,
Festival?
yeah, those big old turkey legs. So
Or
we'll
leg
have
of
some,
mutton.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So anyway, it's going to be a ton of fun. So
Yes.
make sure we're going to be talking about this.
I can't
as we
tell you
move.
how
Mike is
excited
gonna
I
have
am.
a lot more information.
Okay.
Here in a few days, he's going to have.
Yeah.
he's
Well,
gonna-
I can.
Mike
I
is
can
gonna hook
link
up with
the-
Mike.
Yeah, I
Mike
can.
and Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's scary, isn't it?
Listen, I've always wanted to see the Harlem Globetrotters. I've never got to.
Oh, really?
I've always seen street ball at our level of what we saw back in the day. These are a different level. This is an advanced or
This
more
is
of an
advanced.
advanced
Well,
level.
these are the kind of guys who advance to become the Harlem Globetrotters of today.
Right.
Because
Cool.
the fancy footwork and the fancy basketball that they play qualifies them, makes them eligible to become a Harlem Globetrotter. But are you talking about street ball and fancy fabulous
Right.
basketball? Oh my God.
And that's what I mean, man.
Mm.
You used to when the movie White Men Can't Jump came out.
You stuck all that.
No, but that time frame, that was a hot thing. You would see ESPN showing street ball on ESPN. You would see MTV showing the
Space
basketball.
Jam, Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
But they used to have the celebrity basketball jam on
Yeah.
MTV where
Yeah,
you
they
would
did.
see, Nelly versus JT. You would see all these
'cause
people
that's
back
where,
then.
Well,
Marky Mark was running around.
That's right.
with his-
I was trying
in
to
his
hold
underwear.
this. I was trying to hold it because Mike, you're absolutely right. He keeps hammering that White Man Can't Jump thing.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a player. There's going to be a dynamite white boy on that court that day. I'm not revealing his name, but if you want to see a white boy on the street basketball team get in with the brothers,
You can say his name. Nobody's going to know who he is.
Call him Snow.
Are you sure we won't recognize him?
we might just say Snow, go for what you know.
Look, when he comes out, I'm gonna make sure I play some Eminem.
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. You got to play something. You have a one
Slim
chance,
Shady.
baby. One
That's right.
chance. One chance. One
That's
shot.
right.
One shot,
That
baby.
one shot. What
One
are you
shot.
gonna do? That's it. I'll get us something. I'll dub up something just for that one white boy.
It'd be the Larry Bird of the millennium, baby.
But
Yes,
no,
sir.
back in my day, dude, before my grandmother moved here, she
Mm-hmm.
lived in a big country club area off of Snapfinger, and where I lived, and I played ball. I was too energetic. I was playing basketball and riding bicycles.
Oh.
And one of the basketball players for the Hawks was one of our neighbors, and he was who taught me all the time. And now he's a coach of a team. All right, look, Oz, I got to get out of here. We're gonna shoot off the commercial. Everybody, we'll be right back. I got Moni Moni by Billy Idol coming up. It's one of them songs we talked about the other day that you can't just hear it and not sing along to. So with all that being said, everybody hang tight. We'll be right back.
See ya. I guess. They've been spanking my butt by getting over there late, so I gotta get out of here. Yep. See y'all soon.
See you soon.
Mike, call Mike.
Yes, sir. Got enough
And,
to do.
and really, text. I thought about it. Text is the best.
Mhm.
He text him first, blah blah blah,
Right.
and he'll get with you.
Okay, sounds
Absolutely,
good.
man.
Sounds
Guys, love you guys.
Good to see you.
Appreciate you, man.
Be
Be
good,
careful.
man.
Rock
Be
and
careful
rolling.
out there
Rock
if
and
it's still
rolling.
raining.
Y'all gotta pray for this bus is fast. I got my load right back here.
I know, dude. I'm with you.
This bad boy ain't no yo.
Now, when we go back, are we going to talk about that guy in Covington, the bike fest and everything?
I don't know. I really don't want to entertain him. And that's what he wants. He kept saying, I know you talk about me on the radio show. I'm like, yeah, but.
Well, then let's talk about the positive of it, about how much money was raised.
Well, we can talk about that. We don't need to talk about him.
Okay.
Because he's a douche nugget.
Mm-hmm.
Do Nuggetto.
There you go.
Well, I got me a new laptop. I got a new tablet.
Okay.
So I get to retire this stuff. Man, I found out yesterday that my son, he's going to Southern Polytech. I can't transfer my post 9/11 GI Bill to him because I was retired. I was medically retired, not time in service required. Retired. But so I'm fighting that with the DOD. I might win. Who knows? Yeah, because that's like $1,400 a month. Stipend,
I know.
You know, that's money to live off of.
Oh, yeah.
So I was wanting to read this one thing to you too, if I can find it on my tablet. Oh, it's on the VA page, and it's so funny because it says if you have multiple injuries, and they give you an example. If you have 30% for this, you have 30% for this, and you have 10% for this, that doesn't add up to 70.
Oh my God.
Because of the way they do it now. You know, they freaking any chance they get to rip you off.
Yeah, how does it not add up?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Let's see if I can find it. The tablet, this is probably the last time you're going to see this tablet.
Damn it.
Fish once, that's- or look.
Okay, the store, real quick. All right, I might have to change completely the freaking company, everything. I'm using Cafe Press, and I just cannot get the logo right on the t-shirts. You see how you got it right there? They don't have enough flexibility.
What does that mean? You can't send them?
Well, I can, but it's our graphic, you know, with the radio.com. And once you expand that graphic, it loses, it distorts. So I was trying to.
Then why don't we send them just for fun? And do they not have fonts to choose?
Oh,
from?
yeah. I can recreate it really close if that's okay with you.
Well, we can send them this,
Uh-huh.
and then once that's there, then use their fonts
Oh,
to
yeah.
add that.
Now let me ask you a question about this too. If you're
what's
okay
the-
with
but
me
what-
recreating,
but what's the? Well, it depends on how you use the word recreate. The just for fun has to be that. It can't be any variant. It has to be that font. It has to be that four. It has to be
it's that 4. I don't know if it's that font. but
right.
it's
Because that's
damn
well, but the problem is that's kind of a made font.
Yeah,
It doesn't exist
Exists,
anywhere besides the Girls Made My website.
Right.
So I've got the font,
Uh-huh.
but you can't load the font
Right.
to a design style.
No, hell no, because they're going to be limited anyways because they're printing these shirts on demand.
Right.
But get this, just screwing around what I
But
did.
what
was,
kind of price are they looking to do?
well, there's like 8 different types of shirts. So it goes
What's
from
the
like
cheapest for somebody to be able to order a shirt? Because that's the most important.
$15.99, I think.
Because I need shirts on backs. I don't need money. I need shirts on backs.
Oh yeah.
The more people have shirts,
Yeah.
the better
Obviously,
sponsorship's going to be. Because,
obviously.
dude, I could have sold shit,
Yeah.
100 shirts.
Well, here's the
Saturday,
thing.
Sunday.
Here's the thing. That's different. Now, this is a website that they
No,
can go to
I'm
and
just
buy.
using it as an example. I need people with shirts on.
Yeah. So now, if you want to do a bulk order of shirts and then sell them, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, I
can
can
get
care
a
less
lot
about
better price.
I don't want to sell shirts. I don't
Yeah.
even care if I make money. I need
Okay.
shirts
Well,
on back.
I'm using the money, the profit. Obviously, we have overhead, and then to pay like staff, you know, and the agreement you and I had on other
Right.
stuff.
I need shirts on back.
Right.
I can't
Advertise.
tell you. This girl that does the food challenge over the pond,
Mhm.
I need her to just punch shirt.
Absolutely.
When she's sucking down,
Yeah.
you
Now
know,
wait till you see. In
rotten
fact,
maggots on fish. I need her to just for fun shirt.
wait till you see our shirts that are coming.
You know.
I thought they were supposed to be here.
I
already.
did too. I
Yeah,
fucking
we should
emailed them. I'm gonna check
shit
the
out
email.
of them. Oh,
I know. Hey, you know how these folks
I know.
are. You freaking, they tell you one day. You know what they did for like 2 days? They said, we can't find you, Scotty. I'm like, I'm not Scotty, I'm Mike. And they're like, oh, because it's for Just for Fun Radio, you know. But here, let me go to Yahoo and I'm gonna show y'all the new.
Seconds. Well, we just saved it because we got the.
Okay, the new embroidered emblem is awesome, or logo.
Yeah, because we're getting to now where I got an event next weekend, the 18th.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I hope to have them.
And I'm getting a trailer. Now. I'm getting Joe Leapers fixing his trailer so I can just pull my bike to Florida because at this rate, there's no riding.
You're gonna use his?
Yeah, there's no riding 5 hours. His hauls 2 bikes. So we'll be using my van hauling 2 bikes.
That's cool. It's, I mean, you know.
Rush to get the
what?
tag. That means I don't have to rush
Well,
to get the
yeah.
tag.
Well, because now Philip's wanting his hauled with me. Because it'd be stupid for me to haul mine and him ride behind us.
Excuse me. And I got the bell just as well. All right, let me see if I can get this up so everybody can seize it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If I tap your foot against Steph, I'm sorry.
We're just playing footsie under the table.
Well,
That's all.
All right. Yeah, I told Steph I'm sorry I keep tapping her foot. She said we're playing footsie. At least you use feet on your feet.
Yeah.
I would hate to, end up with a thorn puncture under my toe. Like I know I stepped on a rose bush, but I can't find the thorn. Oh, that was just the stubble on my big toe.
I shaved my toes. Thank you very much.
Do you really? Do women have to shave their toes?
Have you seen her hooves, dude?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I have not seen.
Let me tell you 2 things she can do with her hairy feet. She can whittle them together to start campfires, and she can make cricket sounds.
She sounds like a hobbit.
She actually did it.
Put your shoes back on, Steph.
She sounds like a hobbit. Have you seen their feet? Because you've seen her feet.
I've never in my life, I'm 50 years
hobbit.
old, I have never heard anybody say they can rub their feet together to start a fire. That's a YouTube video. Come on, we got it.
I can't believe that you've never seen anybody do that. Steph, show them.
I can't. I went and got a pedicure, so my feet are smooth now. Are we back on the air?
Of course.
I knew we were on YouTube,
Just
but
for fun,
I didn't know
ladies
if
and
we
gentlemen.
were back on from the commercial.
All right, so here is a picture.
Oh my God.
And anybody that's watching YouTube, I'm going to show y'all a picture of Stephanie's feet. If you go to YouTube, you can see this is a picture of Stephanie's feet this Sunday at Bike Fest.
I used feet. They were not that hairy. They're
Before-
just a little stubbly.
Before she used feet on her feet, this was her feet. So anybody that's watching YouTube, I'm showing you. Now that's Travis's.
Yeah, that's Travis's feet. I want some of them.
I need those for playing basketball at this basketball thing.
How do we get those?
I don't know,
All right,
but
now
I'm
I'm
about to
getting-
take that
I'm
picture
overheating.
right now.
Or he.
Yeah, because I want
He's
some
gonna
of
take a
them.
picture.
I want this picture. I want these shoes to play basketball in with them guys when I
Look
go
at
do
the
some street
ads
ball.
along the side. Hobbit feet pictures, Hobbit feet sale, Amazon fashion at Amazon.
I like those two.
Hobbit feet costumes.
Look, there you go. There's Steph's
See, there
feet.
I am when I'm getting waxed.
I don't mean that. That's not a picture of anybody getting a Brazilian, by the way. Look, that's the bottom of her feet. She tried to stomp out a campfire, and I said, Steph, you don't have shoes on, you reject. That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I like those.
There you go.
Those are
Anybody
pretty.
that's watching YouTube, you got a first-hand look of
It's a special treat, YouTube.
Feet. V for the feet.
I watched a special.
Was that really a special treat on YouTube? Really?
I watched
It's not like jerky treats for dogs. Here, be a good boy. Look at this.
They smell like bacon. I watched this show on Hula Plus. I just got Hula Plus, and it was about YouTube.
Is it for fat girls?
I think there is a fat girl.
Well, you called it a plus.
Ugly Betty.
Okay, it's a joke, y'all.
Ugly Betty wasn't fat. She was just ugly.
So Hulu Plus.
Hulu Plus, yeah, there was a show. It's called You Subscribe. It's about YouTube sensations, you know. And me and my grandson were watching it yesterday. It's pretty interesting, you know. You know what? I don't know how to tell you. They're just idiots that it went viral.
What are we even talking about?
YouTube videos.
Well, but I mean, examples.
Oh, like this one guy, he basically sits in a room, his bedroom, and it's a webcam on a laptop, and he has 900,000 subscribers, and there's been 127 million views.
What is he doing?
Nothing. Standing in front
I
of the camera.
will pick
going,
my nose and eat boogers for that many.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, just talking, just yapping.
Jeez.
And then here's the thing: is he did all that and all that other stuff, and then he got big. You know, the head got big, and he started hiring people. He had an assistant. And he did all this, and then he started doing a show just about YouTube. You know, and it failed. And this guy like tried to kill himself because of it.
Gee.
Yeah, he was in therapy and everything else. Pretty crazy, man.
Did you see him there or something?
What's that?
Ba-doom-boom.
Oh yeah. I'm such a disappointment. I couldn't even do that right.
Oh my God. So I failed out of therapy, right? See, what had happened was
What had happened was
I joined AA. I drink under a different name now.
oh, yeah. So I went into therapy, right? The doc said I was late, so he sent me home. Okay, but he kept my $250 for that hour. Are you sure that wasn't a hooker? That's funny.
Here's a good one. I joined Gamblers Anonymous and I had to quit.
I bet you that worked.
Yeah, this guy gave me 3-1 odds I wouldn't make it.
That's right.
So. Remember Stephen Wright, the comedian?
No.
Oh, you don't remember Stephen Wright?
No.
He's the guy who said, "Tell me about dehydrated water."
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that real dry sense of humor.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Jeff back, find out what the one-liner was.
All right.
hopefully it's clean.
The pickup. The pickup artist.
He's married now. It should be completely different.
So what do you say to make your wife not want to sleep next to you?
Hello.
Hey.
What's happening?
So what's your pickup line?
Yeah, you're on the air, by the
So
way.
the pickup line of the day is, hey, my friend over there wants your number so he knows where to call me in the morning.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
No, but I could see that one being used. I can
Oh,
see
well,
that one being used. I really can.
Mm-mm,
Yeah,
I can't.
I was in Vegas and actually tried one on a girl. I asked her, you come here often? Then realized she was a bartender. So
You
Are
were
you sure you
in
didn't ask a
Vegas.
prostitute that?
You were in Vegas on your honeymoon, correct?
yeah,
Hey, redneck Jeff, what's up, buddy?
Exactly.
Wow.
hey, wait a minute. She wasn't related to me. She was my third cousin.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
I'm scared.
I guess after 2, it doesn't count, right? Is that how it works, Steph? No, I mean after you do 2 cousins, it doesn't count.
Relative humidity. Ouch. Yep.
Woo! That was a good
I
one.
didn't know we were going to talk about Alabama
I
today.
thought it was a good one, but it's not.
Not from Alabama.
All right, man. I just had to call you back. Get your.
Yeah, I got wrapped up one of the old repair. Actually, I got a guy that used to do repairs here. I just talked to a few minutes ago. He hadn't worked with us in years, but he calls every year for everybody's birthday back here.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah, I mean, he's a
And
good
who is
guy.
this?
His name's Jim.
Is this
he
Jim
actually lives-
Clark? Jim?
Not Jim Clark, Jim. This is another Jim.
I was going to ask whatever happened to him.
He's still in business. I talk to him every couple months or so.
Wow.
But yeah, he's still hanging around. Still.
I remember he had ABM, which was Atlanta's best mover, and his catchphrase was "Your best moves with us."
Yep.
And they found it. They come up with that drinking beer one night, and it really worked.
Yeah, that's usually the best ones.
I like the
it's
one
great.
from the septic tank cleaner that says, "I go where you've gone before."
For methane.
At least
No, but
that's
anyway,
better
he's,
than one call, and that's
He used to
all.
do our repairs years and years ago. And as I said, he calls up everybody's birthday. He calls you on that day to wish you a happy birthday.
Well, that's
So I was
cool.
talking to
That's
him.
awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Talked to him for a few minutes. He actually was wanting to try and get in touch with you. He's got a preacher friend that's wanting to start up kind of a religious internet
Colt.
type radio. and,
There's already one in Covington, but we can make room.
so
Give
he
me the
he
just
was
for
asking,
fun
well, how do you get
religion.
started and all that. And
Right.
dude, I have no idea. All I can do is put you in touch with my DJ.
That's right. Tell them to give me a call.
So I figured you'd have a little more idea how he could get started up.
That's right.
No.
But, no,
All right.
actually, I wanted to, and dude, I was too busy having fun in Vegas. I thought about trying.
You having fun in Vegas? Come on.
Where did that happen?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Imagine that.
Well, I did actually get my picture taken with Jenna Jameson while I was out
Oh,
there.
the
porn
real
star.
one? The real one.
No, come on, seriously.
Okay.
It would more be if it was a real one, it'd be more of a video than a picture.
Well,
Never mind. I
send
just
me-
got married.
Send me that picture to my phone. I'd like to see it.
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh, I'll send you the one of Bree and Jenna.
Yeah, you
Beth,
send. You
I'll
s-
send you.
I've already
send-
got it.
Send me all of them. I'll look at all of them.
I've already got it.
You know what
I'll do
Ron White says about seeing one. Once you've seen one set of boobs, you want to see them all.
Most definitely. No, we had a blast. So I wanted to do some of the pickup lines one night. It just said,
Well, you're on your honeymoon.
Have a-
It's probably the one time that you shouldn't be using one-liners.
Hey, Jeff, do you remember calling me the night before?
yes, I do.
I thought it was just drunk dialing.
Was he
man.
using a pickup line on you?
Yeah, man.
Right before he went to
was
Vegas.
Sowing the moats before he got married. It was what, like Friday night late? You called me. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I had Bree was freaking out because we were taking the Mustang to the wedding. That was instead of my truck. She wanted to drive off from the wedding in the Mustang, but it had like 10 inches of pollen on it, so she's freaking out.
10 inches.
And I'm like, baby, if I wash it today, it's gonna be yellow tomorrow still.
Are we talking about
Yeah.
your wee-wee or your car?
Oh boy, that went bad.
Yeah, so we were. I was trying to figure out how to get it washed, where I could take it. Not being from that area, I had no clue, and we were on such a tight schedule trying to get all the kids out there, getting the venue set up, her getting ready. I mean, the whole nine. So it's like I called Big Mike there. It's like, hey, dude, you're in that area, right? He goes, yeah. I said, where's a good car wash? Near the Vines.
That's like right outside my door. You know what's sick, Scotty, is you put that vision in my head. So everything
Of
he was,
what?
well, you said, is it your PP or your car? So everything he just said, he goes, I didn't know where I could get it washed. I wasn't from around here. I had to get it right for tomorrow. It's like, wow, if you split your attention there, that could be really weird.
I'm just saying that you're a perv if you thought all of that. And all I did was throw a little paint on the picture.
Have I ever denied the perf thing?
Yeah,
Right,
but it was a
right,
paint-
Jeff?
It
Have
was a paintbrush. It was the paintbrush that he used that scared up.
Yeah. Hey, does this smell like poop? I'm getting the
Well, I
vision of
mean-
somebody with a paintbrush.
Here,
Does that
hold my
smell like
tail.
poop? Speaking of hold your tail, look what picture I just was scrolling by. I'm scrolling by a picture
It's sick,
of a
man.
chain link fence, and there's a bunch of horse, and he
You
says,
are sick.
"Hold my tail," and I was literally looking at that picture when he said it. Look,
Yeah, picture Scott with a big brown afro on.
oh
PBS
my
every Saturday
god,
morning.
Oh, jeez.
as he paints pretty little butterflies.
Mm. If anybody's watching this, I'm sorry.
Yes. All right, man. Well, holla back and have a good day at work. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, well, until tonight, trying to decide what to do for my birthday, whether just chill at the house or go
Hey,
party.
And happy birthday.
Yeah.
I wish we could have pranked you, but I think
We're-
you already knew it was your birthday.
Let's call him back and prank him.
Yeah.
When
That
your
and
birth-
Zaylee. Let's
Yeah.
call prank birthday prank the baby.
So your
That's right.
birthday's today, Jeff?
I'm
It
sorry?
is.
Your birthday's today?
Yes, it is.
Oh, cool. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
How old are you, man?
If I had 84. I mean 48.
84.
I feel 84 sometimes.
Oh,
but
you
my
and
heart's
me both,
only
brother.
my heart's only 24. So
And how old is your wife?
She is 38.
There you go, brother. That's the way you do
Either
it.
I robbed the cradle or she robbed the grave. We hadn't decided yet.
Did she dig you up?
Rob the grave, installing a catheter, pushing a wheelchair. It's kind of similar.
Installing a
It's pretty
catheter.
close to it.
Oh, God.
Actually, I wanted to come down to the studio this morning, but we had a huge order going out to Columbus, Georgia this morning, and they had to get an early start. So
Oh, I thought you were going to discuss a huge order of Depends at your age.
Oh, boy.
that's
It's a 2-for-1 special at Walmart.
I think
actually, I need to forward you that one about the 2 blue pills.
I need to. I'm
Guy
probably
goes
gonna
to
need
the
those
dentist
about 5 years.
No, this guy goes to the dentist office, female dentist in there, needs a tooth pulled. She goes, well, I'm going to give you a shot, pulls out the needle. And he goes, oh no, see, I don't do needles. And she goes, okay. So she pulls out the mask to, with the Novocaine, whatever. He goes, no, I can't stand stuff over my face. It kind of freaks me out, scares me a little bit. She goes, okay, well, how about pills? And he goes, yeah, I can do pills. So she hands him these 2 little blue pills, and he takes it. He goes, well, what was that? She goes, Viagra. He goes, Viagra helps pain? She goes, no, but I'll give you something to hold on to when they yank that tooth out.
Oh my God. The visual.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Mathias with the joke of the day.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's his birthday. He's
Yeah,
getting away
have a
with it.
great day.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Good
girl.
Lord.
Mm.
Well, Steph is okay if you just say bye, guys.
Hey, Steph, that
Bye.
new laptop you got, is that a Chromebook? That's just a Chromebook?
No, it's a slate book.
Slate book. All right.
It's
Now-
got Beats audio. Dr. Dre Beats.
I know. I was waiting for you to explain.
I-
Because you know how you rednecks are. To sound more intelligent, you will just find ways to talk about something.
That was my rapping.
Oh, I thought that was you running to the fridge. You were out of breath.
I haven't even
Beastie
taken my
Boy,
Beats out of the box yet. Those new ones I got.
Right.
Haven't even taken them out
I'm
of the
still
box.
laughing on the fact that you ordered some headphones. Dude, how about you tell the story of your
Ugh.
first headphones?
Okay, so I shop. I'm one of these shoppers that does all the research in the world, and I love to shop on the internet. So I do all the research, and I find a beautiful pair of black Beats that are black on black, and they're real subdued because we have to have subdued headphones here in the studio, or DJ Scotty has an epileptic seizure. So I ordered, and I paid a lot of money for these things. I mean, this is top of the line Beats. They show up, okay, and they're in a box, the Beats box, but they're also in a shipping box. Well, I open up the shipping box, and then I got the Beats box. I open up the Beats box. You know how you have to have a combination just about to get into the
Yes.
Beats box. So I pull the insert, the middle part out, and I open it up, and there's no headphones in there. The little holder, the case. There's all the cords. I still got all the
It's
cords.
too funny.
So I immediately notified the vendor, and she's here in Georgia. And I got to tell you, she put up a pretty good fight,
I think it's funny. Go with what she says before I bust it out and I say it.
Well, she said it was, some people when they're upset, they say things that don't make sense. She said that I have a perfect record of, 4,000 items being sent. I have 100%. And I know because I shipped you these Beats.
Yes. And
basically she was like, I'm not giving you
but
a
here's
refund.
the thing is you took the Beats box
Yes.
and you took that box and put it inside of another box and packed like shipping bubble wrap
yeah.
around it. So when you picked up that Beats box and you put it in another box, did you not notice that the box was a little light?
Light.
So you can't say that you didn't know the box didn't have headphones in it because unless there was rocks in that box, there would have been a weight difference.
Rocks in the box.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you,
And then when she paid UPS to ship it, there was a weight difference too.
that's a dang good point right there.
Why didn't she realize, oh, it's costing $2 to send this
Yeah.
empty box? Wow.
That is a dang good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. She
But-
knew she was doing it, dude.
Well, she's probably got all this stuff in her garage or something. Yeah. And
Hold on, I
and-
got a Mary J. Wand in the box.
and somebody probably said, "Ooh, these are those top of the line beats." And they're kind of like special edition. Remember, I was going for the green first, but then I agreed on the black.
Are we talking about Bud or are we talking about Dre still?
Well, a little bit of
Keep
both.
going.
So these were high dollar. They were high dollar.
Steph, why can't
Yeah.
you take your hand off your mouth? You're afraid you're going to laugh at that one.
I'm snorting.
What?
What? What are
And
you
you're not
doing over
sharing?
there?
Snorting is sharing.
Then again, she's trying to snort a BC
I
tablet.
know. I heard that this morning on the way in. That's
It's
dangerous,
not
by
a
the way.
BC tablet.
It's
Sorry.
powder.
Yeah,
powder.
let's
But,
make sure the redneck clarifies that I said it wrong. I'm sorry.
yeah, just so you know, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
the end result was
end result was I argued with her for about 3 weeks and back and forth, and she said that the post office had to do an investigation before I could get a refund. That's when I contacted eBay. 2 days later, I had my
that's
money.
right.
Yeah, eBay don't play.
That's right. All right, y'all. Let's shoot off the commercial. I gotta pee. We'll be right back,
The
everybody.
boss can do that.
It's just fun in the morning. Well, our timer did go over. We just kept talking. Oh my god!
Wow.
What?
Let's shoot up to a commercial. I gotta pee. Well, at least you didn't say I gotta go to the bathroom.
There is the embroidered emblem that's coming on our
Oh,
shirts, t-shirt, and hats. Now that's staff. Okay, that's for the staff. That's
This,
the one.
and this is the computer generated picture of the embroidery.
No, that is a picture of the. Well, I guess yeah.
The
It's
reason,
a picture.
I
Of,
know, but the reason I say that is because that looks like crap. But it's
it's
because
stitching.
It's stitching.
Yeah.
So I guess that's probably, yeah, that's just a computer generated picture of what it looks like. Hopefully it won't look that bad if it's stitched.
But I think this is the actual stitch. But
Well,
now for staff it's embroidered, but for customers it'll be print like yours. And then it'll be on coffee cups. White.
the only thing I'm
beaters.
noticing is when it's, give me my phone. When it's large,
Mhm. Well, it won't be long.
no.
Yeah, it won't be that big.
I'm saying that when it's large, look up there, the I and the D
Uh-huh.
doesn't look too terribly bad because it's large.
Right.
But it looks like when they're shrank, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See, you still see the D and the I, and on that, you
Mhm.
can't see the D and the I. That's going to be hard.
It'll be smaller.
Yeah, my point is, though, the D and the I is separate here. It's not there.
Well, but this is graphic, and that's
It
stitching.
doesn't matter. That computer, look, they're laying the O over the I over the D,
Mhm.
which is going to make it hard to read.
Well, let's see when they can.
Well, you might need to get it looked at before they
They're already.
ship it.
Yeah, they're already done. Let me see when.
I hope that's just a computer generated picture. Just because, you know, it is going to be hard.
Ooh.
When we go that fall, we may have to do the script book, we may have to do
The other one?
Yeah. You see it's done.
Mm-mm.
And then, like I said, for the store, for people, he goes down. For the store, it'll just be screen printing, not stitching. You see, if you've ever done any stitching,
Because if it's
you
hard to read that big, when it's small,
Mhm.
it'll be a lot more harder to read. But then again,
it's stitching. I mean, it's
I know, but that D and the I and the O are definitely overlaid,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So they may have almost needed to lay an R
Mhm.
and then lay an A and then lay a D and then lay an I and then lay an O instead of putting it together if it was going to look like that. But again, you're trying to deal with somebody that you're not having a physical connection with right there over the phone. Or, you know, right in front of you, rather. We'll see how it looks. Like I said, hopefully that's just a computer generated picture and that's not like somebody leaned over the shirt and snapped a picture.
Oh no, I don't think so. If that was the case, it wouldn't probably be this nice.
All right, 9:49. I'm trying to decide, since we started early, we're doing a 3-hour show, but most people are starting. Most of them are doing a 4-hour, which is 6 to 10. So I'm trying to decide: should we stay 7:30, 10:30, or just 7:30, 10?
Well, you and I talked about that if we cut out at 10, that would give us
I know,
more time in the
but I mean,
gym.
that, I'm just trying to decide: is it
Yeah.
worth it, not worth it? But then we have acts come in. Shit, we think till 11 sometimes.
Yeah, because we talked about that. That when
So
we have
it's that catch-22.
bands come in, it's fine to stay
And
later.
I'd like to talk to you about like Monday night to do the World According to Mike, do the news.
And that's another thing I got to figure out, because we'll have to talk after.
Yeah.
after this.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Man, there's this one dude on that show. You subscribe. This one dude does the news. Oh my God. And he just puts his silly take on the news, but holy smokes, man.
You ready? It's just for fun. We's back.
Yeah, we're back.
I'm hungry.
So, did you
I'm
get?
craving fish.
Did you? There's a lake behind you.
Oh, let me
Fresh
tell you,
fish.
since I didn't cut all the weeds when it was still dirt, I didn't cut the weeds down. Everybody else is going out trying to make it the cul-de-sac of our cove look all pretty, like a dust bowl, and I was letting everything grow. Well, then as the water was coming back up, before it got to the weed parts, man, there was frogs everywhere. It was awesome. Well, now, because I haven't cut it, even though it's a little ugly, it's like a bird. I mean, it's like a water sanctuary for the fish. Let me tell you, we've not had brim worth crap in this lake in years. And because I didn't cut it, and I'm sure other people didn't either, the brim population is phenomenal.
Cool.
You know, when I got back from Afghanistan, I lived with Biggin, Ken Morgan, and we lived on a lake over there in Covington. Well, I think it's called Paradise Lake. We bought a bag of fish food. We used to go down there with scoops of it, and throw it in the water.
I want to do that for right here, because
we draw the fish over there.
Everybody's raising hell, my neighbor wise, about snakes and this and that, and I'm like, I'm okay with it, dude.
How can you predict where a snake?
Yeah, like I'm gonna predict the snake.
So, did you get the final
Hold,
the
please.
final total?
Yeah, you start talking about it, and let me go find it.
Well, this weekend, as everybody knows, or Sunday to be exact, we were in downtown Covington, or the square of Covington. We shut it down. Southern Cruisers Riding Club. To all the proceeds went to St. Jude. That's something that we did.
St. Jude.
St. Jude. That's
St. Jude.
St. Jude's.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Golly, woman. St.
Sorry.
Jude.
St. Jude's.
We're going
Fine.
down there. Hey, Jude.
No, look, I was
Don't
right.
spit your tobacco.
I was right. Look.
All over my shoes.
Will you look? See, she says
Hey,
St. Jude.
Jude.
She says St. Jude right there.
Now, see, if you tease her, she laughs. If I tease her, she gets mad.
Okay, did I say St. Jude? Does it say St. Jude?
That's what I said, St. Jude. You might have heard it wrong, but that's what I said was St. Jude.
Today, let's read this. Covington Bike Fest. Covington Bike Fest for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Not St. Jude.
What's the
St. Jude Children's Hospital. Not St. Jude. We raid money for St. Jude.
Okay.
Next week it's for Uncle Mac. He needs a new beer.
I get what you. I thought when
You
you
see
said,
what my point is?
I get what your point is. I thought usually when you
Look
say
at Mike.
St.
He's got
Jude,
tears.
that people know what it is.
No, not everybody knows St. Jude. Uncle Mick.
Anyways,
He was a saint. Saint Mick.
We raised,
Cousin to Saint Nick. They both were fat. They both had beer guts, and they both had I said beard, didn't I?
They build that breast.
Fine. Okay. We are raising money for
For St. Jude.
Children's Hospital.
Somebody hold my tail.
Children's Research Hospital. That's better.
Oh, my throat hurts. I yelled so much this last weekend. We raised money for St. Jude. You sure got it pretty well, Jude. Okay. So,
What did St. Jude
do. So for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we raised $74,3875. So $7,438.75.
That's awesome.
Awesome
Guys. That is
job.
amazing.
For St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I'm gonna put an S on Jude's because it sounds so much better than St. Jude.
You know them Judes live over there in Israel.
That's right. Didn't Jesus have a
that's-
Jude? Don't be a Jude. I'll hang you from a tree.
That's Jew.
Dust.
No, that's not Jude, idiot.
It's
It's
Judas.
Judith.
Judah.
God, I can't get out of it. I can't get past this.
This is a tough topic, guys. This one's hard to get by.
Why can we not pronounce anything? You know what it is?
Nazarene.
Her redneckness is coming off on us. It's rubbing off. They told me it was catchy, and I thought they were talking about the chlamydia.
Oh my God.
I don't have chlamydia. I took medicine for that.
There is no
God.
preventive medicine for chlamydia.
Yes, there is. It's called augmentin
It's called abstinence, you idiot.
or amoxicillin.
Oh my God.
That's
How
not-
do you know all
That's
this?
not a snake, by the way.
Yeah, really. Don't you show no pictures of snakes. Y'all know I get weird.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Somebody even sent a picture. It says
Ugh.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital. That's
Huh?
nothing.
I didn't
Steph.
see the picture. But she has St. Jude Children's Hospital.
The point is, it's not St. Jude, period. We didn't raise money for St. Jude, period. It's St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Judy.
Hey,
Well, thank
Jude.
They didn't always pronounce the whole thing this weekend because I heard several people say for St. Jude.
But that's because you're standing out there to people that are already at the event, that already know what the event is. You're talking on a radio station where people don't have a clue what you're talking about. Yeah, St. Jude. We raise money for St. Jude. I'm going to make me up a saint. We're going to raise him some money. That's what Stephanie's thinking. Saint Cul-de-sac. Because he made me turn around. Come on, you got to pound it on that one.
Saint Landscaping. He made me turn over a new leaf.
Saint Step, because he's a trip.
Myrrh. And frankincense.
Oh my God. All right, Steph. Talk about it again. I got tears in my eyes. So what did we do this weekend for St. Jude's Children's Hospital?
We shut the Covington Square down. There was a bike show where you had different classes in the bike show. There was bike games. There was silent auction. Well, no, that's not actually a silent auction, is it? There was auctions.
Yeah, nobody was too silent
No,
there, Steph.
especially not Waterhead. And all the vendors. A lot of people don't know, but all the vendors that come out to the square, the food and stuff that they sell, they give it.
Most
also-
of them give money back.
Yeah, most of them
The
give.
barbecue people do.
Oh, the barbecue people give 100% of their profit.
This year between the paint people, I forget the name
The
of
hair
paint,
people, razzle dazzle hair people.
I don't know, but the paint.
Razzle-dazzle.
I need to find a picture of the check, but they donated back $4,000.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah,
Now, is that part of the 7,400?
yes,
Yes.
That's a big chunk then, huh?
Yeah.
That's over 50%.
yep.
Oh, look at that little strawberry cheesecake.
But that's
oh,
why a
look,
lot
it's a
of
baby.
that's
It's
why,
a baby.
that's
I
why
was
a
hoping
lot
there'd
of
be
the
a picture of
people-
that check.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the people, when they get food, they go to the barbecue place, not only because he's the best one out there, but also because 100% of his proceeds goes back to St. Jude's.
Yeah, that's the catch right there
Children's
out of Douglas,
Research.
Douglas, Georgia.
That's pretty cool.
I guess. Wait, I might be having
Hey,
something else.
don't y'all find this weird that all the
I'll find pictures.
you know what Oz was talking about, like all the family things and these type of things. And then last night on the TV, I saw a group of riders that all the motorcycle riders have had lost children, you know, through abductions and whatnot, and they help law enforcement, you know, when there's an Amber Alert and stuff like that. Isn't it amazing that the big people, you know, the super big people. Now, hey, Bill Gates, he donates a lot, but that goes to like the United Nations.
Right.
Seriously, they give the United Nations $1 billion. Do you think me, Redneck Steph, and DJ Scotty get any of that? Do we see any of that?
Of course not.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to agree with you on that one. But why is it that the bikers, who everybody, motorcycle riders, why is it the bikers? Why is it the blue collar guys? Why is it the guys that they go to church in their jeans and their t-shirt? You know, why is it those people that are starting this grassroots thing about family again and community? I think it's cool. I love it.
How about this? I said I wasn't gonna give this retard any of my time, but there's this stupid ass jackass piece of crap of a person.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Who I'm not sugarcoating it. Who stands out on the curb with a sign on that screams to little kids, "You're going to hell." He screams at these kids and calls these little 5 and 6 year olds females whores.
Well,
So this idiot, I bet you're gonna crap your pants when you hear this, and anybody that was there is gonna crap their pants when they hear this. So this idiot who's calling all us bikers Satan and we're all going to hell. Do you know that it's either his little niece or his little cousin that's dying of something?
mhm.
And it's called A Prayer for Savannah. This idiot who's talking bad about the bikers, his family is begging the bikers to put together a ride
Yeah.
to help them with some of their money.
Sure.
And this idiot is bashing the very same bikers that his family is asking help out of.
Because let me tell you, I thought a toothpick was going to get a hold of him, and that's
We don't
one
go.
man,
Let's not go too much into the
Well,
definition of it.
No, I'm just going to say, but that's one man right there that if you want someone to help you raise money for a child, that's the man you need to talk to.
Right.
And all that was going on.
Yeah.
You know, but
So, but
Toothpick is
he's
a
an
better
idiot.
person, and he
Well,
would be the
But
one that would
what
do
we
it.
were saying is it's just so funny that everybody wants to have the bad image of the bikers, but
Yeah.
yet
Yeah.
That's who they turn to.
But let's just compare the National Guard and the bikers.
Mhm.
When your Homeland Security needs to be dealt with, your National Guard reaches out. When you need first response people to help do something for a charity, it's your bikers that get on their bikes, and
Mhm.
all of us will spend $25 to $30 to ride a ride
Mhm.
with no shirt unless you buy one.
Mhm.
There is a shirt, but we'll donate $30 to do a ride, to go ride 2 hours. Then I can go ride for free anytime
And
I
was
want
gonna
to.
say you're actually donating more. You're donating your time, because also if they do a ride like the rides that we've participated in, you end up having an auction after
But
the
regardless,
ride's over.
regardless, you're going to talk smack about the bikers. But
Yeah,
at the same time, you're asking them to give you a handful of cash.
yeah.
You know what I always go back to?
He's an idiot.
I always go back
He'll be
to
the one to rot in
These-
hell before I do.
these
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you shouldn't judge that. You know that.
No, there's no judging to it.
there's-
Freedom of
Yeah.
choice was one of God's first gifts granted to you,
Right.
which
Well, I'm
means
just saying
which
his eternal
means
life, you know?
I can have my choice to do what I want to do.
Absolutely.
Far be it from you to stand and scream at me and scream at little kids and call little kids whores.
And say women are beneath you.
And he
Well-
wants to think I'm going to be the one going
Yeah.
to hell.
Well, you look at that Westboro church thing too.
Yeah.
You know, same
Yeah,
thing.
this-
But you know what? Somebody that's yelling the stuff you guys are just talking about, and I
Yeah.
apologize, I wasn't there. But that's a mental health issue.
Oh, yeah.
When he's talking about women are beneath you and Satan and all this,
Right.
he's dealing with something completely different.
Yeah.
He
That's
said my
not
daughter
religion.
was an abomination because
So-
she's handicapped.
So
Yeah.
so he
Yeah.
wanted to have time on my radio station. Listen here, you taint meat piece of crap on the back of a hog's ass. Here's your 1 minute of fame. Now go check yourself into the nut house. You
Yeah,
heard it
it's-
first out of DJ Scotty's mouth, you piece
Hey,
of
look,
crap.
Look, his family members, man, they should have look. These people are the people that turn dangerous, and then when they do something,
I
like the
pray,
shooting
I
of the
pray
movie and
he
stuff.
wants to drive by my house and try to do something to my house. That would be such an I'll give you a fast track MARTA
Yeah.
ticket to where you're going.
Well, okay, if you look at the people that we're talking about as far as martyrism,
Crazy.
that's what they're looking for, man.
I know he wants. Well, he
Yeah,
stood on
he's-
the square and got what he wanted. He wanted to be center of attention.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your effing daddy didn't hug you enough.
Yeah, that's. I
But
mean, it
the
could be
fact
anything
is,
like
he
that.
called you out by name, though.
Yeah, that's where he messed
Well,
up.
you're a celebrity in this
No,
area.
no.
so-
He was calling me a coward to my face. I
Yeah.
tried to walk away,
Uh-huh.
and he still kept calling me a coward. Why am I a coward? Because I'm not standing there screaming like you are.
Man, he was. It's a mental.
So
health
again,
issue. He's just
again,
trying to
we're-
push your
Again,
buttons, you
we're
know?
giving this idiot time that he don't deserve.
So
He deserves a bumper.
Here's the story that I brought up.
He needs to have a reverse print of Dodge on his forehead.
Here's the story I brought up earlier, and we never got to it because Oz got here. But
And Rob Ward, you need to call me about this idiot too, by the way.
Justin Bieber was kicked out of Coachella Sunday night, but not before he was
Co
placed-
who?
Coachella. I
Co
guess that's
what?
Coachella.
It's a place over there next to St. Jude. Go ahead.
She can't go now. She's tripped up. Saint Step got her.
But
Because
not
he's a
before-
trip.
Not before he was placed into a chokehold.
Oh, they choked
Beeb-
out the Beeb.
Beeb got a chokehold, didn't even pay for it.
No, wait a minute. This guy has freaking gorillas around him.
Apparently, his gorillas were in the
Wow.
mist.
Bieber.
That's thinking. You know, there's only some of us out there that can. I bet you 99% of the people in the world did not catch that.
I bet nobody caught it but his security guards. They caught the buzz.
Bieber and his entourage walked into the artist entrance where Drake was performing when they were stopped by security and told the area was at capacity and they couldn't come in. Bieber and his crew showed security that they had the proper wristbands to gain entry. Eyewitnesses said that Bieber argued with security, saying there was no way he could stand in a big crowd because he'd be bombarded by fans. Security wasn't having it and told him to leave. Bieber
I
persisted.
tell you, if I was him, no $10 an hour security guy gonna tell me I'm leaving. I mean, I would definitely pull the "I'm a celebrity" card at that point. I'd be like, "Go get your boss, you dumb dumb."
Uh,
And when he went to get him, I'd sneak in.
Yes. I mean, I know that would be rude for me to act like that, but come on, dude. You can't. You are gonna try to tell Justin Bieber to leave.
Yeah, Bieber persisted and said he was personally invited by Drake and had been waiting all weekend to see him perform. Bieber didn't stand down, and security was pissed. At that point, a Coachella staffer came up to Bieber and said she would escort him inside the artist's area. She grabbed Bieber by the arm and began walking him and his security team inside when the security came up from behind Bieber and put him in a chokehold.
Yeah.
I would be now suing the hell out of the dude,
Yep.
and I would make sure he gets arrested for that.
Bieber's team got into it with security, and the singer was then ordered to leave the festival. He voluntarily left, and he's considering taking legal action against the security guards.
This chump would be parking cars for the rest of his life.
Because I mean, he already had someone escorting.
Well, he's
him.
already got the proper stuff to get in.
Yes.
You're trying to be a hard ace and flex your muscles because I'm security. I'm security
Yeah.
of this door.
You will respect my authority.
You can't pass here.
And on this,
Wasn't there a fairy tale about a troll and a bridge here that I'm
Yeah.
seeing?
Pay the troll or die.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
come on, dude. He's already got the bracelet
Mhm.
on. Everybody's cleared to get in. And then a person that works for the business
Yep.
that they're having this event walks up and grabs the guy and says, I'm escorting you in. Security should have just bit
Yeah.
down on his tongue and let him on by.
Yeah, I'm.
This guy
with-
wanted 5 minutes to be famous.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
with Justin on
Exactly.
this one. I'm on his side on this one.
Oh, I would work the celebrity card.
Oh,
My throat would have marks on it. I'd be at the hospital. TMZ would be there.
There's a way to handle it. Earlier, we were talking about Augusta, and I was at the gate at the Eagles Mansion a couple of years back, and it was extremely expensive to get into this place, and you had to be invited. Well, people just troll around parties at night during the Masters.
Right.
Al Callens shows up, and I'm like, "Sir, do you have your invitation?" He said, "No." And his publicist, who was driving, she looked at me. She goes, "Do you know who this is?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "But this is an invitation only deal. Well, I'm Al Collins, buddy. I'm sorry. So I called on the radio, and you know what they told me at the radio? On the radio, my boss, security wise, he said, no invitation, no admittance. And I was like, sir, I'm sorry. This went on for like 20 minutes. I had to have one of the parish
Justin
constables.
had on all the bracelets.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
So, but I'm just saying, as given that the other side of the story is the security guy, I'm just doing my job. But this guy, he was clearly just going.
He's just being a jackass.
He wants a picture.
He just
with
wanted
Bieber in a headlock.
He just wanted to. The problem is he's now probably gonna get some numbers on the front of his little jumpsuit.
Well, I'm sure TMZ was all over it.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure.
Can you imagine? Dude, can you imagine? And if it was a private security company that was hired from the facility, then that private security company would be getting sued.
They're going to get
big time. Yeah. And I would, if I was Justin, I would sue him because,
there's no win
uncalled for
anymore. There's no win for security. There's no win for law enforcement. You're just going to have to suck it up and take the bad job,
But the situation is, this guy had 30 seconds to make a smart decision.
Yeah,
and he made a bad one.
He wanted to try to be that.
You want fries
Billy,
with that shake? Because boy, you fixing to mess up right now.
Yeah, he just wanted to be that Billy Bad East that
Well,
put Justin Bieber in his place.
Yeah, but then there's gonna be a Steven Seagal somewhere that's gonna come up and is gonna put this idiot in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Well, that's always out there.
And if I was Justin, I would be making sure that I had some, I don't want it to sound bad, but some dude that got kicked out of the UFC for being too rough.
Well,
generally, I want a Brock as my security.
Yeah. Well, generally, celebrities, especially like that, because obviously Justin Bieber is very small in stature.
Yeah,
he's got a couple of gorillas.
That's why I'm shocked that somebody got their arms around him.
I would
That's right. I'd be
guy.
pissed at my guys because they'd be like, "How did you let this guy get his hands on me?"
Also, too, I mean, doing executive protection and doing high value target work, I'm here to tell you, somebody goes first. There's
That's
somebody,
my point.
Yeah.
Who
set this up?
allowed him to get choked?
Yeah, who set this whole thing up? Why wasn't he met at the door? Hey, Mr. Bieber, we're going in. That's the way it's supposed to be done if you're professional. This guy's showing up with all the credentials and getting a headlock.
I can't understand why he didn't even pull a DJ Scotty. No, this is no lie. I've showed up places and I'm supposed to be brought in the back. This has happened. I showed up. They said, you're not on the list. And I just look at the people and say, hold on a second. I've already sent a text message. And within 10, 15 seconds of that text message, I get something saying K, meaning I'll be there in a second.
Right.
And I've stood there and looked at the person at the door and go, U.S. Rider Magazine will be here in a second. And whatever it is that you need done will be done. And they're just like, well, I'm just doing my job. I said, I'm not giving you hell.
No.
It's, if I'm not on the list and I don't have my badge around my neck, then you're doing your job.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna sit there and feed into your crap. I'm just gonna reach out to the person and say, come bring me my pass.
When I'd set
he
it up,
had a pass though.
and I'm sorry, Stephanie, for stepping on there. If I set it up for executive, let's say they had 4 people, and I set it up for them to go to dinner. One of my guys was at the restaurant
making sure
the table was
That's
ready,
right.
because you don't want the security aspect of your client showing up somewhere and not having anywhere to go.
That's right. What was you gonna say, Steph?
I was going to say, I seen you do it with the whole bus full when we went to certain venues.
Oh yeah,
where we were supposed to have free parking.
Yeah, where I was supposed to have free park, and I pulled the bus in at Lakewood.
I wasn't gonna mention it.
I don't care. So I pull up at Lakewood. And as they waved the bus to come in, this guy walks up and I slid my window open, which I normally don't have to. And I said, "What's up, man?" He says, "Was it like 20 or 40 to park?"
$20 to park.
And I went, "Yeah, I'm not paying to park, and I'm pulling right over there." He says, "No, you can't. And I said, "Hold, please." Text. A couple seconds later, this message came through, and all I did was slide the phone out the window. And he looked at it, and I said, "I'll be going over there to park now."
Yeah.
And I just pulled my phone back in and drove off. Then he looked at me. They pulled up with another golf cart and said, I just want to apologize.
That's cool.
I didn't know that you were supposed to be here. You know, I said
it's on them.
I said, your guy, your head of security knew I was pulling in this gravel before I pulled in the gravel. He knew 3 days ago, he knew 3 months ago, and he knew 3 minutes ago. He knew because I said, pulling in gravel now. That way people are told that I'm pulling in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was told to ask you why you didn't read what Travis sent you.
I have no idea. I'll get to that in just a second.
Okay. Because I don't know either.
Why did you read what I sent you?
Oh, I'm Saint Cold. I'm assuming ST Cold. A second, I need money for a hair transplant. What? Is that supposed to be I'm Stone Cold? And second, I need money for a hair transplant. I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to be. ST Cold.
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know either, Travis.
That doesn't make sense, Travis. So you'll have to either
you'll understand.
resend it.
Yeah, you'll understand now why I didn't read it.
Travis,
Because-
find someone smarter than you, have them send the text.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure what it was supposed to say, so I just didn't read it. I apologize.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt by Travis.
Why?
TD hasn't come and seen me, man.
TDs don't never come to see.
Well, yes, they do.
Travis.
He hasn't came and saw me.
He's been
What
out
did
of
you
town.
call him his name?
Travis.
But that's not what you said.
TD.
TD.
T. No, I'm just being funny. but-
T as in the letter T
Uh-huh.
and as in the letter D.
D.
And why do we call him that?
No, I was just being funny.
Oh, okay.
Travis and I go
I didn't
way
know if
back.
we were making
I mean,
a boob
Steph and I
joke.
go way back, but I haven't seen Travis. God, Steph, it's been what, 7-8 years, probably, if not longer.
If he's not
Longer.
coming to see you, there
Y'all
may
were
be a
just
It's
reason.
been
kids.
longer. It's
There
Y'all
may
were
be a
just
reason. You
kids
know that,
back
right?
then.
Yeah, because we moved here to Conyers in
Bowling
2001, and that's when I stopped working at the bowling center.
You stopped
So-
working or started working?
Stopped. I worked at the bowling center in the 90s.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Remember Pat? Remember the old lady?
My groin?
I wonder where she is.
Was that her last name?
She's actually my best friend's grandmother. So
Is she still around?
Yeah.
Oh man, get a message to her and tell her I said hello.
Are we really doing the family
What about
tree?
Charles? What about Charles?
I have no idea where Charles
Oh my
is.
God, Charles used to fall asleep in his truck out in the parking lot, and people would come in and say there was a dead guy out in a pickup truck.
Yeah.
What about Tim Hightower? You ever talk to him? I talked to the other Hightowers on Facebook, but not Tim.
I think he is living in Texas now.
I think so. Of course, David and Amanda. I'd shoot him and I talk all the time on Facebook.
Yeah, we saw.
Well,
David.
how about them trees?
Yeah.
Y'all are getting off on a conversation.
Yeah,
Nobody
we're-
even has a clue what we're talking about.
Just family.
Yeah, but y'all do that after the thing show.
Yeah,
All right, we're at
I didn't
10:17,
do it.
everybody.
I
Um,
didn't do it.
I'm gonna shoot off.
Hold on, real quick, because he just sent it to me. He's Saint Cul-de-sac, and he needs money for a hair replacement.
I don't-
Saint
Cul-de-sac
Cul-de-sac.
because of his hair.
Yeah, because you know
There we
that's what I
go.
call it. Is a cul-de-sac.
Yes, I know. It
When you have
took
to
me a
explain a
second.
joke, it's not.
Yes, when you have to explain it, it's not all that funny.
You're a douchebag.
Just saying.
Well, he said that when he talks into
Wait, here's the one for Travis.
Dumbass.
Damas, this thing won't spell it out. I'm talking into it. He's talking into his phone.
And the phone does not redneckanize anything. It does not redneckanize. This dang phone don't redneckanize. How come the phone ain't picking up my voice? Pull the dip out of the edge of the phone. The little holes are full with black lint.
He doesn't dip.
It's a joke. It's a redneck joke, Steph.
No, I just don't want people thinking he dips because he doesn't dip. That's nasty. I had to dispose.
Wait, stop for a second. Out of everything that y'all do in your life that you do that you don't find to be
That
nasty,
is disgusting.
out of everything you do that you don't find disgusting, that is disgusting.
I almost threw up when I had to dispose of that this morning.
You were
David
talking
Neal, paging David Neal. He left. Look, see that water bottle?
Yeah.
Water bottles are clear.
Yeah.
And it had like that
Ooh.
much Copenhagen
Ooh.
and stuff.
Ooh. Steph,
Always spit in a Mountain Dew bottle where nobody can see it.
Steph?
Steph,
Earlier today, you were talking about pooping in a 2-liter bucket
I know. That's my point.
and leaving it out in the sun.
So Steph starts to gag when she takes it off the bar. I said, Steph, you need to put it in a trash can. I said, oh, what if it leaks? Pour it in the toilet. And she started gagging, thinking about pouring it in the toilet.
Now.
Your husband said you have no gag reflex.
Wow.
Okay,
And that's the 10 o'clock hour.
There you go. We're at 10:19, everybody. Let's talk about something else. Does anybody have anything else to talk about?
I thought we were going to a commercial.
I was too. Okay, we're going to shoot off. I'm only going to play a couple seconds of this song, but I figure this song so relates to most of the people that listen to the show. We'll be right back.
But yes, that guy. Oh my god. Oh.
Nappy nap.
Ow! Butter. Yeah, these actually work better than the sunglasses. I'm gonna have to get me a pair, but pink.
Oh, getting all technical. Man, what is it? The internet is horrible down here. He must have looked like Han Solo when he couldn't go into hyperdrive.
Huh?
You remember in the movie when Han Solo went to hyperdrive, but it didn't work? And he started running all around the Millennium Falcon trying to figure out, try it now.
Who did? No.
Look.
Okay.
I just spooged on my foot.
Oh.
It's hand sanitizer.
And then you wipe it off.
No, I wiped it off my foot, put it back on my hand.
I was talking about you when when the internet stuff went down, looking like Han Solo on the Millennium Falcon.
No, unfortunately, he wasn't here, so it was Crystal.
Yeah, dude, I was cussing. No, Saturday I was cussing out the AT&T guy because I wasn't at first. An hour into it, he's saying, "Sir, we see that there's no service to your house," and I'm like, so get somebody out there to fix it. Well, sir, you've already said you're not home, and we can't send anybody to your house if you're not home. I said, for God's sakes, understand the fact that if you don't have service to my house, you don't have to get in my house. Now, do you? And this went on. I'm telling you, I was very polite for the first hour. After the first hour, it started getting nasty.
I can't. I just can't. That girl I was dating, Renee.
And you know what it turned out to be? One of the things, they had to run a new temporary line from the front of the house around the house because they got this new tester that not only does it tell you if the line's broke, they can run a signal and pull the signal back and tell you how much of a percentage.
Yeah.
So my line was only getting 40% of the signal.
But once again,
they
didn't have to get in the house to do
didn't
that,
have to get in the house to do it.
because that was the outside.
Oh, I got credited for my troubles.
I hope so. Make sure that they give you the credit for it.
Oh, I got it written down. You have AT&T Uverse? Anybody has AT&T Uverse, if you want the phone number for this department, this is who you call when nothing else works. These people will fix it. And we're back. So anybody that listens to this show, there's certain things that you need to know. You just need to know. You need to understand. Don't take anything too serious because it's just a show. Don't take anything we say 100% because it's just a show. Don't think because you listen to this show that you know how we 100% feel about anything because it is just a show. Am I making jokes about Hillary Clinton? Yes. Am I going to make jokes about the Ku Klux Klan and the Pope having the same outfit? Yes. Am I going to make fun of St. Jude? Why you got? Yes. Yeah. So yes, I'm going to make jokes. Now the idiot with the sign, he is a joke. So I'll make jokes about him too. So everybody just don't take anything too serious. It's just a joke. It's just a show. We're just trying to entertain you, to make you laugh. Steph, on the other hand, really is this this
No, I'm
person.
not. That's what I was gonna say. I'm not really a redneck.
I don't believe that.
I'm
What
just
am I?
somebody
What am I
that-
looking at?
You are looking at a graph of your Wi-Fi.
Which is what?
You're in the red. But look at the graph on the left-hand side. Stephanie, you are
I'm
probably
in
one
the
of
red.
No, that's your color designation is red. So,
Yes. So what's the problem?
What percentage are you at for your Wi-Fi down here?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But Steph, you're probably one of the most genuine persons I've ever met, and I've met a lot of folks. You're always
I
the
need
same.
to video this. Bring that back up in a little bit.
You're always the same. You know, this is who you are. And let me tell you something. If people don't know Steph's personal life, you would never imagine, because I wouldn't. What she does and what she goes through. No.
What are
couldn't.
we talking about? She
We're talking about
steps
Steph.
through poop. What is the problem?
Yeah, well, I'm talking about her
Her
family.
daughter.
Yes, her
Okay.
daughter.
Well, and we don't try to accent a whole lot about that during the show. And I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
not dissing you. I'm saying for people to listen, people that are listening, because we want people to enjoy the show. Y'all don't need to always see the behind the scenes of what it
Yeah.
takes. Y'all don't need to know how much of a douchebag Jacob really. Oh, Jacob. Hey, buddy, you're on the phone.
So I can't hear you, Jacob.
Cool. That means he didn't hear us then, right? Did you hear what I was saying?
And what
Hold on.
Wow.
I need to know. Were you hearing what I was saying before I just unmuted you?
No.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
God.
Hey, what's up,
Go back
Jacob?
to watching video. What's
Right,
happening?
next.
What's happening? Oh, beautiful one.
Fucking racist.
Wheelie.
What'd you say?
Hey,
Did
Hey,
he just say?
I think he said trucking. I'm
Did he say
Yeah.
the F word?
no,
Did you
he
just say
said
the-
truck.
He
Me?
said trucking.
Did you say the F word on the air?
No, he said trucking.
Word substitutes.
See,
I didn't say
exactly.
trucking.
What did you say?
Here we go.
No, I didn't.
See?
I said the F word?
Oh my-
Yes,
yes,
you did.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
you did.
Son.
You need to go back and watch
Man,
it
you
on
guys need
video.
to listen, tune them,
Yeah,
hearing aid up. or
So you
something.
were really saying trucking, and it sounded like
Yeah.
you said something
You
else.
need to release the
Yeah.
brakes
Yeah,
on
that's
that
it.
chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Man,
what did
'cause
you?
I don't say that word, dude.
What
yeah,
did you?
whatever.
What kind of disruption did you really call here at the calls?
I just called to say shut up, Mike,
Oh man.
and free Suge Knight.
We need to start the campaign to free Suge.
You know, today is like the 1-year anniversary from when Michelle Obama tried to free the Nigerian girls, you know, and nothing happened. That's what we ought to do. Hashtag free Suge
I'm
Knight.
fixing to. You watch.
Yeah, and hey, Jacob, you can be our spokesperson.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
No, you look like freaking Cobblepot from Gotham. So what's
Anyway,
going on, buddy?
Now I'm going to go back and really see if I said that,
You did.
Mhm.
man, because that'd be like the first time I ever said that word.
Oh, whatever.
Mm.
You know, it's amazing how people get on the radio and they lie. How's your beautiful wife?
She's all right. She stayed home today.
And I was a
Look at,
little, I was a little
got a
hurt by
doctor's
that.
appointment.
I was a little hurt by that picture of your son with his favorite uncle. I thought I was his favorite uncle.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, hurt
Well-
my feelings. I don't care.
Did you ever get a picture
well,
hugging
that's
him
always
here?
next year.
Hugging Jacob?
Yeah. No. Yeah, him
Yeah,
too.
I sat in Jacob's lap. Woo.
Is that like Jacob's ladder or
Yeah.
something weird? I mean,
Well, he had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't feel like helping, so I just joined
You
him.
guys watch
So-
Gotham last night?
yes, man. Gotham was off the hook.
Yeah, it was.
That's a crazy show.
Did
dude.
you not like it?
You have got me so freaked out on these shows, man. I'm watching like Viking. I'm watching Gotham. I'm watching all these shows.
Could you imagine if you had a
And-
dream and all the characters are in one
and,
show?
and freaking Game of Thrones, all these shows
I've
you've
not
told me
watched
to watch.
Games of Thrones
Oh
yet. I
my
need to
God,
watch that one.
My freaking head is
I don't
going
watch
to
it either.
explode.
Wait till Black Sails comes back on.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
a
gosh.
great
How
show.
about this? The Penny Dread. Have you
Penny
watched that?
Dread. Yep, Penny
Oh
Dread.
my
Oh,
jeez,
here
you got
we go.
okay. So Penny Dread, you need to watch this. You need to watch it from the beginning because it brings in Dracula, Frankenstein. It brings in all these
Oh,
characters
wow.
from all these different,
Yeah.
storylines into one show, and it's
My,
that creepy, dark
Yeah.
English time. It's
Yeah. Well,
crazy.
you know, my family lineage, we
Oh,
did the
you did good.
ancestor.com thing. and we tracked on my father's side all the way back to Lithuania.
I traced mine back to Lithonia too. Wouldn't you? He was about to say Lithonia.
I came out with a little green leaf, but I ain't gonna tell you what it looked like.
I traced mine back to a cemetery full of dead folks in Lithonia.
This is Lithuania, and it came up and it said Vladimir so and so, and I'm looking at it, and I look at my brother and I go, "You know who that is?" And he's like, "No." I go, "That's Vlad the Impaler," and he goes, "Who's that?"
The Impaler.
That's freaking
That's
Dracula.
Well, how about this? People will think I'm crazy, but my father, back before he died, started tracing back to what you don't know is there was a cowboy that was in the fight at the OK Corral, and he was the cowboy. He was the. Shut up! Do you not know what? God. Leave it to the stupid redneck. The Cowboys were the bad guys.
I know.
I'm just making sure you know that. Well, there was a pistol.
A pistol.
No, you know my pistol?
We don't need no stinking pistol.
There was a.
We don't need no stinking badges.
There was a Pistol Pete Spence. It was the cowboy that was in the battle, you know, that took place at the OK Corral. So anyway.
Pistola Pete.
Oh my God, the snot that's coming out into my nose. St. Jude. We got to redo that song. We now have to redo St. Jude. And I will play it next year at the St. Jude Children's.
Okay, what was the name of that? What was that name of that
St.
series?
Jude.
Penny what? Penny
Penny Dread.
Penny Dread.
Yep.
All right. I'm looking it up right now on Video Mix.
So, Pistol. I can't believe I did that.
Pistola. Pistola.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So Jacob, when you researched your line, I guess that just went back to the Mexican line.
So
The one right there at Texas and Mexico.
So do you have a pistol?
Hey, yeah, it's a pistola.
Do you have a pistol, Jacob?
So Jacob said that he used to make beaner jokes until he found out he was one.
Yeah.
Did you not know that? Jacob, tell the story. Tell the story.
You stupid beaner.
Joe say we both Hispanic, man.
He told that. He tell how we figured
story.
tell it how you figured it out, because the one time he just quickly told me and I couldn't stop laughing.
Or
Well,
not.
I
Or
That
not.
would be you, Jacob. You,
or not.
Jacob.
Or not. You know.
I don't really remember how it happened. All I know is I used to be this dumb racist because I thought I was being like my dad, you know, so
Used to be?
I made fun of all the minorities and all that, whatever. White power.
Dude,
blah,
you're
blah,
handicapped.
blah. Oh, yeah, I was a cripple too, you know, still in.
Still racist or still crippled? Anyways,
I'm still a cripple.
he's making
I'm
all
not
these.
so much of a racist. I'm like you, I discriminate equally, you know.
Yeah, I'm an
Yeah,
equal
I see
opportunity hater. I
Right.
hate some of the white folks more than I hate anybody. Because you
Right.
know
And
why?
the beaners.
You know why? Is because I expect in the year 2015 for the Ku Klux Klan to be smarter than this, you bunch of redneck racists.
Why you gotta label them as rednecks? Because I'm not a redneck. Racist.
How many white supremacist Ku Klux Klan members have you met that don't drive a truck or a muddy minivan?
Hey,
Or can start a fire with their feet.
it's only
That's
muddy
right.
because we went to the dirt track.
Again.
It rained.
Is that it?
It was raining.
Penny Dreadful? That's
No,
not it?
it's on. I'll find it in a minute. Just give
I
me a
think
minute.
that is it. Penny Dreadful.
No,
It's
that
on
has a
Showtime.
back of a Volvo car.
Yeah, this is a
Oh,
movie.
yeah, no.
This
So
is a
that's
movie. So you said it's a TV series.
It's a
right?
It's
TV
a TV
series
series.
on Showtime or Stars.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
it's
they
Showtime.
get it.
Dude.
Hey, has Craig tried to call in yet? Since I've been
Yes,
on here?
yes, he called in once, so you
Yeah.
need to hang up.
Well,
Call
don't
back.
answer that crap. No, don't answer it. I
No,
win
no,
today.
but right? No, you don't, because right now you're even 1-1.
Mhm.
You need to hang up. Call right back.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do
All
that.
right, bye.
I later.
Jacob's like, I'm gonna
Did
win.
you just say I love you?
I said later.
He just said, I love you.
Who cares? That's my buddy. What?
Oh my
Did
God.
you hear that he passed away, Jeffrey Lewis?
Yes, unfortunately, the other day. He's been in so many great movies.
Yes, he was.
Any Which Way But Loose, I know is how you
Yes.
know him the most. I know him from like Gunsmoke.
Salem's Lot actually is where I know him from the most.
Salem's Lot.
I figured you'd like Right Turn, Clyde. I figured that's how you knew him.
Oh, well, I mean, I knew he was in there too, and then he was also in Midnight of the Garden, Good and Evil.
He was in the garden at midnight. What?
Yeah, he was the town drunk in that one, and so yeah.
Why do people
that
put up with
sucks.
us? We are too crazy sometimes.
And then of course, Roscoe P. Coltrane passed away.
Roscoe
James Best.
Yes.
P.
Yes,
Coltrane.
he
He lived
passed
here,
away.
didn't he? Didn't he live in Georgia?
Well,
I
in
don't
theory,
know.
I've heard that, but I can't swear to it.
So
Do
there's
you
on-
know that he was on Andy Griffin? I didn't know he was
I
on
didn't
there
know.
for the longest.
All right, I'm gonna freak you out. Here's a good one. Okay, you know Obi-Wan Kenobi in The New Hope, the first.
Here's
Star
the
Wars.
series.
Okay, yeah, I think I found it right here.
Yeah,
Um,
that girl right there.
check this out. Check this out. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Remember in The New Hope, Luke goes off into the desert there and finds Obi-Wan Kenobi. Remember
Yes.
that old man?
Yes.
Okay. He was the Arabian leader. Okay. The sheik basically in Lawrence of Arabia
Mhm.
from back in the
People
50s,
have no
60s.
clue that the guy that played Ben, Obi-Wan Kenobi, was the most supreme actor
Absolutely.
on the whole set.
Yeah.
I mean, because Han Solo, Harrison Ford, that was like one of his first. Luke, one of his
Mhm.
first.
No.
You know,
Leia.
Leia
was
before
her
she
first, yeah.
became an alcoholic.
Whore.
You know, Chewie had just played on the Jungle Gyms
Who is
before this.
Chewie?
You
Does
know,
anybody know what Chewie really looks like?
And no, James Best lived in Hickory, North Carolina.
Okay, cool.
cool.
now
I
that
don't
we've
know, but-
offended everybody from white to Puerto Rican,
It's got to be Craig.
just for fun radio,
Hey, it's Jacob from Tulsa again.
what's
Oh
happening?
God.
Oh, not much. Just calling to say shut up, Mike. And free Suge Knight.
Woo!
Oh yes,
Hashtag.
we're gonna start the free Suge Knight movement.
Hashtag, baby. Hashtag.
And,
I don't know how to Twitter. And
I'm not
you
going to
guys,
say the F word this time.
Please don't.
Yeah,
did you
right.
go back and watch the video?
Don't
I still
say
don't
you
believe that. But,
don't say you don't know
whatever.
how to Twitter. We've heard that you've said on the and twittered.
No, that's Twiddle.
You said on the
I'm on the
Twitter
Shelby
and play on the
stage,
Twitter. Okay,
That's Twiddle.
okay.
And I learned that from
So,
Jacob.
I don't believe it. I think you guys are just trying to
I,
make it up.
I saw Jacob go in the bathroom. He's got a pistol.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was
And,
his,
no, I didn't say I love you when I hung up there, Mike.
yes, you
I said
did.
later on.
No, you did.
I
You said,
tried
I love
telling
you.
him. I think you're jealous because
What if
y'all
I
don't
did?
talk like that.
What if I did?
Yeah,
What if I
but-
did say, Mike?
yeah.
I love Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob's one of my bros, man. I love Tubby.
Well,
I love Tubby. I love Rob. I love all my really good sponsors. I kind of love Stephanie. I really love Stephanie when it's cold and we need a fire.
That's what the Chewbacca star looks like.
oh, I want to see a picture of him for real.
You'll show her about the show. All right, we're gonna get out of here. See you later, Jacob.
All right.
Touching
All right, bye.
everything off.
Shut up,
Just
Jacob.
wait till after the show.
Okay.
She gonna rip all these wires apart to try to turn around a computer. All right, everybody, we're getting out of here. Just for fun in the morning.
That was great, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Listen, I've got a huge selection up of songs. Watch this. How about this? Next, the Beastie Boys, Paul Revere's, then John Mayer's Daughter, then Beyonce's Single Ladies, then Motley Crue's Girls, 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 then Rat, Lay It Down, then Black Eyed Peas, Boom Boom Pow.
Yeah. Did you ever play Dustin's
Got
song?
that boom boom pow.
Did you ever play Dustin's? You had a request for Dustin earlier.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I was waiting for her to try to finish her. You want rice with your Boom Boom Pow?
Would you like to have a piece?
No, you got to play tonight.
What?
What?
What the hello did you just say?
It's Black Eyed Peas.
Jude.
No, you gotta sing it
line.
correctly.
I can't think
You
of
gotta
the line.
sing it like a redneck.
Hey, Jude.
See?
G, no, Jude.
There you go.
We're playing footsies again.
Where's your mama?
I was trying to see if I rub my hairy toe against your hairy toe, does it make a cricket
I don't
sound?
know. Let me take my shoes off.
Never
Sparks.
say if anything rubs with her, it causes sparks because we We don't like each other like that.
Wow.
We're out of here, everybody. It's Just Fun in the Morning. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, you guys. Have a good day. Don't do nothing I'd do. I'm going to go sing some karaoke. Hey, Jude.
Hashtag free shoot night.
Free Suge Night.